Right. Hello, everybody. How's everyone doing? Is the sound okay, actually? That's something I'm testing right now, so let me know if the sound seems off. Is my mic too quiet? Is my mic too loud? Anything like that. Sounds good? Okay. So, today, I need to talk about what's going on today. So I sent my old mic for RMA to Rode. So I have a Rode NT1 condenser mic, and I sent it out for RMA because I thought something was wrong with it. Apparently I had like some sort of like static kind of thing going on, and so I sent it out, and they found out that a capacitor had blown, so they replaced that, and they're sending me a repaired one, basically. They repaired it, they replaced the capacitor, whatever, all that, and they're sending me the mic back, but it doesn't arrive until Monday, at least. So, the issue with that is that the Box 75 group buy ends tomorrow. So I don't have a mic. I didn't have a mic until today. I went out to pick it up at my closest Whole Foods. I think that was where the Amazon pickup hub was, and that was the fastest shipping available. I ordered it like 2 nights ago, and it arrived there today, and I had to go and pick it up. It was snowing outside, and I got a new mic. As you can see, this one is a dynamic mic. So otherwise, you guys would have had to live with. So this is the new mic, right? It's an SM57. But otherwise, I was using this lapel mic. No. I had a mic until last week. So for those who were out of it, I went on vacation last weekend, and I sent my mic for RMA during that time, right? So it was being repaired. But I thought they were going to expedite the shipping back here, but it basically, with the snowstorm going on and all this stuff going on, it got delayed. So I was using this lapel mic for a bit. It's one of those like mod mic ones, right? And well, of course, turns out that if you use this, I can't do a typing test properly because the capture area for this is very small. Also, it gets a lot of noise, so I thought it was not good. So yeah, dedication to the content indeed. And so I just got a backup mic. So I got an SM57 as a backup. I figured I probably would use it for other things too. I actually I used to do music, so maybe I was like, okay, maybe if I do like music, I could record with it. And also I don't have a dynamic mic, so I figured, it doesn't hurt to have a different kind of mic. So basically it's a backup, and at the same time it can serve different purposes. So hopefully I'll figure something out with it. How's your vacation? My vacation was great. Thank you so much for asking. My vacation was very relaxing. I went out of state to Pennsylvania. And I had quarantined the week before that, and I had gotten tested a few times, and all that. Went out with like 10 friends or so, and we went out to this big cabin in state of Pennsylvania, and there was a hot tub. We did barbecue. We had we made summer rolls. We made burgers. We played a lot of board games. I drank every night. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Had tons of fun. I hadn't seen these people for basically the whole past year. So I hadn't seen these people for a year. I had actually gone on a trip with them, but maybe like 2 years ago, or actually even longer maybe. So I hadn't basically traveled for like almost 2 years, like outside of like family or like business sort of reasons. So yeah, it was great. It was very relaxing. I kind of feel like I'm much more relieved now, stress wise. So it was a great time. And I came back on Monday, like early in Monday, and then pretty much this week I've just been catching up on work. So that's basically what's been going on. You're down my way. Thanks for the invite. Sounds like it was an awesome time. It was great. One drunk man. I need a cherry key like that. The cherry key, I think I got it from like Mech Market a long time ago, but I think it was like some part of a novelty sort of group buy sort of thing. I think by like Cherry Corp in China, something like that. I don't remember the details, but I know that the person who organized GMKKA 1953 was the person who also did these cherry novelty enters back in the day. This was like probably like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. All right, so yeah, thanks for the welcome back, and it's good to see you all. Let's get started, shall we? So I don't have much else other than that. Oh, I do have one more news. I got some new stickers for those who might have been excited for something else. Let me show you. We got some new stickers. Focus. There we go. Hey, Zoo. Hello. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for 3 months. Anyway, new stickers. There was a promo at Sticker Meal, so I just got some to try out just to see what the resolution would look like. But it looks really good in person. So, yeah. First trial of these, but it looks very nice. It's one of my emotes. Unfortunately, I don't have this emote on Twitch because I'm not a partner, so I don't have enough emote slots. I don't want to add them to Better TV or anything like that until I just have the emote slots. So, unfortunately, you'll have to just get into my Discord to have the emote on Discord, but you can't have it here on Twitch, unfortunately. That's what it is. But yeah, new stickers. Yura, hello. How are you? Since the last time we spoke, Yura, I have a new mic. I want to pick it up today. And it hasn't been that long since we last chatted. So yeah, I like got it on, you know, like Amazon Prime, the fastest shipping available, and I had to go pick it up. Like that was the only way for me to get it quite quickly. Alright. So a lot new. Have you reattempted your partner application yet? No. So the reason I haven't reattempted partner is for the reason that I basically failed to get partner last time, which was that they basically said you don't stream enough or haven't streamed enough in the past month. And I was like, really? I stream one fewer time relative to like whatever that path to partner average is, which I think is 3 times a week, which is 12 times a month, which is quite a lot of days in a month. But I had streamed 11 in the past, in the 30 calendar days before my application like red notice was out. And so basically they DQ'd me on that, so so I need to stream more. I just haven't had the time, unfortunately. So that's how it goes. Only 15 hours ago. Oh my god, I know. I'm here to stock. Kyosterai. Thank you. SMH Twitch, please. Twitch should be splitting hairs there. I think Twitch kind of is a hit or miss. You just kind of have to catch them on a good day. And also, you don't know who's reading your stuff. So I don't even know the basis is the same each time. Like I don't really think it carries over too well. I'm not very confident on the organization as far as like whether there's a consistency factor there, but you know, we'll see. Twitch and Spectrum are getting the newspaper. I wish. That would be good. Dr. Huru, thank you for the tier 1. Can I get a Hiya? Is that what you wanted? Hiya! Is that was that right? Did I do it right? I hope I did it right. All right, so we got some stabs. We got some switches. Today we're gonna be building with these Gateron milky yellow switches. Also, why is it not focusing? Let me check. Oh, okay, there we go. I think it should work now. But we have some Gateron milky yellow switches. I lube these with Tribosys 3204 and Victorinox multi-tool oil for the springs, no films. Stock springs for the Gat yellows because I like the Gat yellow springs. We have some hardware here for the box. We'll take a look at it. Oh, it sounds more like hiya more than hoya. Okay. Okay. We have some plate foam for the box and some case foam. We'll deal with those later. And we have our PCB here by Mr. Gondolindrum. If you don't recognize his logo, this is by Gondolindrum. He normally tends to put this quote here, which is hard to read. It says Box 75 PCB, designed by Gondolindrum for PH Lin. Do you know Oscar Niemeyer? Okay, I don't. But cool. I guess it's a quote about their interactions in chat or messages or something. But yeah, PCB pretty standard. Has compatibility for 6U, 7U, and 6.25U. And it looks like we have ISO and ANSI enter. Split backspace, split right shift. Split right shift is a default actually. You can't do full there, of course, because of the layout. Split left shift, so you can do ISO, and a step caps lock, of course. But yeah, pretty standard PCB, QMK and VIA compatible, STM32 microcontroller. So this has the little dip switch here, which is for flashing, whether you want to go into the bootloader or not. USB-C port, ESD protection if that's something that you care about. Although personally, I don't even think that's a I really haven't had any issues with electrostatic discharge, so I don't really care much for it. But yeah, all the good stuff. I'm partial to hiya myself, but can't do a hoya for the dog? Yeah. I like Milky Gaterons. So yeah, the reason we chose Milky Gaterons today was, or for this build, was because I knew that no one was gonna choose it. I figured I wanted to try a linear anyway, but I figured that like Gat-Ings, Silks, JWK switches were probably gonna be very popular picks normally. I could have chosen a tactile switch, but I decided to go against it just for personal preference sake. And I figure Gateron Milky Yellows and Milky Blacks, for that matter, are a pretty common choice in the community. So I figured if anyone wants to hear it's like quote unquote a poor man switch, but it really isn't. It's a great switch in my opinion. I personally really like Gateron Milky-top switches. So I picked those just for that. And I don't have to film them. It's pretty nice. I don't have to swap the springs, which is pretty nice. The springs are damn nice. So yeah. Use them on a build that isn't even budget oriented. Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly right. Yeah, that's exactly how I feel about it. Yeah. So I also got a new knife. My first everyday carry knife has a thumb peg. I'm still learning how to do the flick. But first knife I got it from Drop. It's a QSP Puffin. Has this carbon fiber handle area thingy, inlay, whatever it's called. Pretty nice action. Pretty sharp. Have you tried the KS3s yet? Yes, I've tried. I have the KS3 Gat Yellows with the black housings, full like opaque black housings in my. I have them in my Matrix 1.2 OG. So that's where I have them. And they're quite nice. I personally am not very picky when it comes to switches, but I do enjoy the KS3s as well. I do still think they have a bit of that Gateron signature sound, which is kind of, especially like the Milky-tops, kind of similar to that. So kind of like a bit deeper, and they're not like perfectly smooth stock either, but they're pretty good still. They're pretty good. Oh, JD. Yes, JD's over here actually. I forgot. JD's been guarding this side. Good boy, JD. In the forest of coats, jackets, and boxes. Indeed. Well, actually, no, not quite. He was just sitting on top of a lot of my keyword stuff on the side. So here is our box 75. Ooh, so we got this in black. Today's prototype is in black with the raw polished stainless steel accents. Very nice. This is cool. I actually like these polished stainless steel accents, I think, better than the black ones in this black case. They pop very nicely. Yeah. Cool. Very light, actually. We can weigh it in a bit if you guys want. Just let me know what you want, really, throughout the stream. So, I guess you've probably seen other streamers check out the Box 75. So the Box 75 is this 75% layout keyboard with a separate arrow cluster and right column, and like basically there's several, there's like split function row, right? There is like separate clusters separated by the accents, right? So there's like this segment, this column here, the 75%, like 65% column, I guess, navigation keys. There's the arrow cluster. Anti-enter is fixed apparently on this plate. Oh, I guess they probably have ISO plates separate on the group by page. So there's an ANSI only plate essentially. As you can see, different spacebar support for the bottom row. We have a black aluminum plate for this case today. And so you can, I'm not sure if you can tell, but there are some screws here, so which means that this case is indeed screwless on the outside. So if you take a look at it, it's screwless. All these smudges are just my fingerprints right now, and the lighting too. But don't worry, it's actually not like dirt, like it's actually not like scuffed or anything like that. It's just my fingerprints from all the touching. But you know, and basically the way it inclines is by using these side legs. So you can see how there is a taper here for the bottom leg, and then it goes up on an incline, and basically it sits like that, like on the table. Very interesting. It's sort of a design that is similar to those of, like, you can if you can remember like cone feet design keyboards, it's kind of like that in the sense that like it uses something else in the back to prop itself up on an incline. So a bit different for sure, but it's an interesting concept. I think it's different. It's kind of out there, but otherwise the case itself is just like a parallelogram. It's quite literally a box, so deserves its name in my opinion. And of course, just the geometric aspect of this keyboard is what kind of lends to the name of the box as well. Pretty cool. It's like nice and compartmentalized. So yeah, that's what we have. Is it stable on the desk? It feels like it would slide a bit. I think so. Like right now, I have a desk mat here, so it can slide a bit, and there has no bump-ons on here right now. So I do have some bump-ons included in here, I think. I'm not going to use them though. The reason being that I I was told by Novel Keys and DKS from Lin Design Studio, these prototype bump-ons are, well, prototypes, and these are probably not going to be what they're going to use on the final production units. These don't stick as well, basically. So like they might slide off and come off, but they're gonna use different ones with better traction and better like sticking ability, better adhesive, basically. So yeah, these do have bump-ons. I know that other streamers said that like it could, you know, if you have a desk mat, this is not a problem. Like it's not gonna scratch anything. All the edges here on the polished on the polished ends here, they're actually chamfered. I can tell that it's not as sharp. So like I actually was worried about this too, right? I was like, oh, like what if this edge touches something else? Like wasn't it just gonna scrape it off or like strip it off? And it's actually not as sharp as I thought it would be. So it means it does have a little bit of a chamfered edge there. So yeah. What material is the bump on? The bump on, I think here is just like it looks like rubber, like a form of rubber, but it's not foam. It's certainly not foam. It's kind of rubbery here. Can you see? It's very matte, and it definitely has a bit of like, it doesn't squish so easily, so it's not foam. I actually like this material, but I just heard the adhesive is not great on this one specifically that they sent me. So I'm not going to be using these today, but basically the long strips, you can stick them on these long ends here, and the little 4 squares you'll be sticking on the accent pieces at the ends here. So basically you'll have 6 places where you will stick something on for bump-ons. Yo, HBKB, how you doing, man? 8 months, thank you so much for tier 1. But so yeah, definitely a polarizing design. Definitely it does slide on the desk, but so does my Jane V2C here, even though this has bump-ons. Of course, it's also depending on the material of your desk mat in this case. I think like if I put it on a regular desk, it might also still slide a bit. But I don't want to do that right now just because we don't have a bump on or anything like that. But yeah. So first of all, let's, as always, the first step on everything is to test our PCB. So let's test our PCB, and then we'll open up the case and get the plate, and we'll get started with the build. Just waiting for VIA to open up. Alright, here it is. VIA is open. It's already flashed, so it came pre-flashed. So great. So here, layouts. Let's go to layouts and just check what we have. So there's split backspace, ISO layout, split left shift. Of course, the ISO stuff is assuming you have an ISO compatible plate, but the PCB already is ISO compatible. So there's that. Yo, space cables. Yo, Ragan, how you doing? 6.25U allows you to do 125, 125, 125, 625, and then 1.5 U's on the right. Let's see, if you do 7U, you get 125, 1, 125, then 7, and then 2 125s. I actually am not very keen on this one, specifically because the left shift seems to line up with these keys. Makes it look orthogonal, so I think the 6U layout probably is the best one if I had a 6U stabilizer, but I don't, so we'll probably be going with the 625 today. So here on the 6U layout, it allows you to basically use what like the 7U, you know, bottom row like standard modifier. So it uses 1.5, 1, 1.5, 6U, and then 2 1.5U keys. So cool. I think I'll be using the 6.25U layout here, which is kind of more standard on 75%. with no blockers in the bottom. So we'll go with that. Layout looks good to me, actually. Maybe I'll just remap my caps to control as I always do. And I don't really need to map anything else. Actually, I'm wondering if I can do 1.5 and 1.5 on the bottom row here. Would that work? I have a feeling it might. 1.5U, 1.5U. Oh no, it can't. No. I'm a dummy. This doesn't add up, so you can't do that. Never mind. All right, let's just test it. And then test matrix. I'm a dummy. That wouldn't work out. All right, let's see. Oh, so one thing I'm noticing right now as I'm testing it is that the PCB is indeed a glossy solder mask. And second of all, it does not have compatibility for LEDs. So it's going to be an understated sort of design aesthetic where you have no LEDs available to you. So there's no underglow, there is no in-switch LEDs, not even on caps lock or anything like that. So there's no indicators. So just something to note if you're into LEDs and lighting and stuff. This design is made to be more of a minimalistic is in that sense of the word, but you know it has these accents that sort of make it stand out a bit too. So I suppose it's just to pave the way for those to stand out. Yeah, but yeah, no LEDs, which is totally fine for me because I don't use them personally, but I know some people might. So. Anyhow, I hope y'all, whoever is currently out there in like the South and snowed in, especially like in Texas, I've heard that people are having a hard time there with the snow. I hope y'all are safe. If you're watching this, well, I suppose you do have internet, but stay safe, stay warm. I know that power's been out for a lot of people, and yeah. Things are rough for some of the states that are underprepared for cold weather. All right, great. So this works all good. Y'all here? These aids? Oh no, that's awful. But yeah, you know, stay safe. I know that, so Mechs on Deck actually reached out to me. We were working on something, and then they were like, well, we have to postpone things. But yeah. But they're in Texas, so I understand. They're having a hard time. So today we're actually going to be using this plate foam. I noticed that some people didn't use it, and so I was like, okay, I'll use it too. We can always choose to use the case foam, yes or no. We'll see. We'll go from there. Let's see. So I think this uses M2 screws. So to disassemble it, so here, let's see. So first, let's disassemble by loosening these guys out. So these guys will probably loosen, from what I can tell, they'll loosen the bottom accent pieces. I mean these long accent pieces that are hugging the case. And then I believe there are screws hidden underneath. So there's that. So just loosen all these 4 screws. So there's 4 screws from the top first. They all use M2, it looks like. Yeah. And then M2 hex screws. I also have some Torx screws included in the bag over there, but I don't need to use them. Okay, so that basically loosens these guys, right? So that will loosen these guys, right? These 2, right? And then what you do here is, looks like you just slide these out. So you slide the right accent out. You slide the left accent out. And then I believe I was looking at Nathan's stream too. Nathan and Alex stream, they both had the black one as well. So no way, I think yeah. I think Bayberry also had the black one, but yeah. Then there's 4 case screws hidden underneath here, underneath the accents. Pretty smart to have the screws actually hidden. So that's pretty neat. We're actually going to be trying this XHT-BDZ out. It's some of the new lube that Space Cables just sent me. We're going to be trying that out for the first time. I've never used it. I heard that it's good for wires. So we'll probably maybe lube a little bit of the housing with 2.5, and then we'll just do the wires with the XHT and see how that goes. Hopefully it'll work okay. I have never tried it, so I don't know. I have 2 feet long icicles forming on the gutters. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. That's as long as it's not on like over you and it doesn't fall on top of you or something like that. That's dangerous. They can be dangerous. Okay, so you undo those 4 screws, right? And then I believe this case should come off. Okay, so I think I just need to push it carefully. There we go. So it came off. So interestingly enough, this accent piece, so let's actually inspect this a bit more carefully. So this accent piece, this vertical accent piece, is already attached by screws here, as I can tell. There's 2 screws attaching this accent piece, and then there's multiple screws attaching. There's 4 screws attaching this big horizontal piece on top between the function row and the alpha cluster, right? And then this main accent piece that lines the USB port area as well as has 2 of the legs attached to it is basically friction fit, I think. Oh, actually, yeah, I was wrong with something about it, but yeah, okay. So this is friction fit. Okay, so this piece is friction fit, as you can see. This piece is friction fit. And the legs are actually part of the big horizontal piece. So the big horizontal piece is all one piece that's it's like bent. So this is this bent stainless steel here, goes all the way around, kind of forms like a U shape, and it's already attached with screws to the case. So that's probably how it will come in the production units. And I'm just gonna put this back on anyway because it's a friction fit and we don't really need to do anything with it. Okay, so attaches back in. Great. And then the bottom piece, let's just take a quick look. Dirty, but it's just dust. So here, the bottom piece, again, it's a bit dirty. It's just dust. So we have the screws here that attach to the legs here. I purposefully was carefully not completely disattached, taking them out. And then there's these 4 screws here that basically line the bottom, and that's for this accent. Is for this part of the leg here at the bottom. But the bottom is a very simple piece. It's just a box with grooves with some alignment tabs, and the USB cutout here. So you can see that there's a USB cutout on the bottom piece. Can you show us these stainless steel pieces closer? A little bit dirty, but super nice. Yeah, it's also the lighting, but it's just dirty also because I mean, it's a prototype too, so just keep that in mind. Oops, I took out this screw. Yeah, sure, I can show you the stainless steel pieces. So Maybe I'll just zoom on these guys first. Of course, these are kind of dirty because I've been touching them all around, but these are polished stainless steel. So it's just stainless steel that's been polished by hand, I think. But yeah, so then there's basically these 2 screw holes that are going to be going through the case from the top, and they attach here. And then this basically hugs the case around like that. So this part, right? So this part is basically gonna be here on this part here, right? So this is basically how the case assembles. Of course, assuming that you have the bottom piece already. So that's how it goes. Same for the other part, right? So here is the other stainless steel piece. And you know, this basically will slide over this part here, and the screws will attach to the to those holes right there that you can see through the plate. Shame no polished brass, that would be nuts looking too. I think, yeah, polished brass could look good, but then again, it's introducing yet another material to work with. Like, we already have aluminum and stainless steel, and then they have to polish them, and then there's PVD treatment for the black ones. So I assume they just wanted to go for something simpler. So that's probably why they didn't go for more than this. Maybe in the future round we'll have a different accent piece as well. Oh, Sean, sorry about that. Hey. How you doing? Looks really nice, but just not something that would work for me. I understand. That's definitely a very polarizing aesthetic. My vacation was good though. I had a great vacation. It was very relaxing. I had a great time. Got to know my friends better. We drank and had fun and ate a lot of food. Just ate. We had a lot of food. It was great. It was fantastic. Snacks, food, all kinds of stuff. Drinks. Yeah, we were prepared. We were well prepared for this. Alright, so that's pretty much what it is. So on the inside, let's see. Yeah, I mean, it's polished kind of all throughout. Actually, the inside is not as polished here, but pretty much anything on the sides and whatnot is all nicely polished. It looks really nice. So no concerns with that. Currently, as far as I can see, there's a little bit of you can see there's a little bit of streaking on the anodizing, but again, this is a prototype unit, so but the outside is actually okay. This is just fingerprint smudges. That's just my fingers being sweaty, my hands being sweaty. But otherwise, the anodizing is actually quite impeccable on this right now. I have seen no actual burrs or issues, scratches, dents, anything weird. Glad you enjoyed it. Thank you so much. I got some exciting news as I got the unicorn. Oh, very nice. Congratulations. What color do you get? Gonna be my first board. Shocking to me that's coming my way. Congrats on the unicorn R2.1 win. That's actually a big win. I know that so many people wanted it, and yeah. What do you get? What color do you get for the R2.1? white. I'm gonna send it to Max to build for me, and very nice. Oh yeah, Max is local to you, so that would totally make sense. Hello, keyboard enthusiasts. Max F here. Good stuff. You got a key set and switches and all that planned for it already? Are you trying to still decide on that? The alts, hello. Alright, so for those who are counting screws here, we basically have 8 plate screws. So we have 8 plate screws, 4 attaching to the top, 4 attaching to the bottom. Pretty simple. The plate comes right off. I had a bit of input in the design of this keyboard. At first, Lynn DKS reached out to me asking about some feedback on the sound and whatnot, And we were talking about spacebar mounting points. Mounting points near the spacebar. I was like, okay, maybe you should try to move the mounting point away from there, so that basically this segment has a bit more room to sort of like, just like reverb a bit on its own. And he kept 4 mounting points and 4 mounting points on the top. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Asymmetrical here at the bottom, of course, again because of the spacebar situation. But the plate looks nice. Has these nice, I guess, acoustic cutouts of sorts in between the different clusters, which is all right. South-facing enter, south-facing left shift, and south-facing backspace. It's pretty consistent, but north-facing spacebar stabilizers. Something neat, has this kind of like knife edge sort of termination here at the cutout here at the spacebar, which is kind of signature to the logo of Lin Design Studio. So some little small details here that are kind of neat. But yeah, plate looks good. Typical 1.5mm plate. Nothing else really of note about it. And here's the case. The case is nice aluminum frame with this friction fit accent piece and this and then 2 pieces here that are attached with screws. But they're all M2 screws, M2 hex screws, which is great. You don't need more than 1 single screwdriver, which is amazing. I actually really like that. Just using 1 single screwdriver for everything is kind of neat. It's pretty convenient just to not have to switch over. Yeah. So the tolerances are, again, they can look a little bit tight, but basically this is how the case fits over. You can see. But it slides nicely over, and then it just comes right off if you had to take it off. So, but it looks pretty good, especially because it's polished. I think the little accent pieces, it actually doesn't have any, like, there's not too much friction around it, and it's actually not very hard to put back on. So I do like some attention to detail here in the design, in the fitment, even though there are you could worry about tolerances and a little bit of thickness variance there in making the parts. This tolerance is pretty nice. Yeah. This is actually pretty well done as far as tolerances go. I'm sure that when you screw it down, I'm sure I would have to press a little bit just to make sure that everything is nice and even. But that's not hard at all because it's completely flat, so there's nothing for you to like worry about, like whether you're pressing unevenly, because it's such an easy way to. It's just a box. It's just a rectangle, and it really has no incline other than the legs that prop it up. So it's pretty simple. All right, so let's just put the case to aside for now. Maybe I'll just put these on for visuals. These slide nicely over there. I can just put maybe I'll put the keyboard this way. Alright, so we have the plate. We have the PCB. PCB's tested. Case foam. Nothing special here. Just case foam that fits to the bottom to fill the space. Just gonna put the case foam aside for now. Oh my god. Show bongies. Show me your bongos. Show us bongos. Oh my god, Alex, welcome. Thank you everyone for the follows. 299 people. Oh my goodness. Sup, bro? Hello, Sampack. How are you? Bongies, please. I was promised bongos. Okay. I'll be right back. I'll show you guys the bongos. Where am I? I'm having a stroke? What? Show us your... Okay. Bongos. Is showing bongos live TOS? Wait, why would that be TOS? Aw, yeah? Miss Apiary Keyboards, thank you so much for the tier 1. Welcome back for 11 months. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Stream's poppin', indeed. Stream's poppin'. So fine. It's bongo time apparently. So let me just show you. Bongo bongo tap tap. Bongo bongo tap tap. Hold up. Okay. All right. Bisaromi logo. What carry case is that? This is a TX case. This is a TX medium case. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Whoosh, whoosh, whoosh. Dirty. This is my fruit collection. Ban incoming? Why is this TOS? Why is bongos TOS? So you guys should see how crazy this is. They don't rub at all. They don't rub. They don't rub at all. They're so well made. They don't rub. Can I see the back of the keyboard? Yeah, sure. So, I mean, from the side, look at that lineup there. Actually, from the side, there's a KFE. So there's a KFE keyboard. This is the bottom of the KFE. This is the KFE round 1. So this is not the CE, which has the F13. Oh, actually, it does have an F13, but this is not the one that has the external weights. It has internal weights. USB-A cutout. Meaning A cutout. The gradation is so good. Yeah, I lined it up by basically Roy G. Biv. So red, orange, yellow, blue, indigo, violet, and then other colors. Let's see. Over time, my stabs have started rattling again. Do I take apart the whole board or just butt plug more 205? You can try doing a little bit more 205. But I would say that if it doesn't fix it, then you could you could consider desoldering. Roy G. Biv, my second fave doctor after Huru. Dr. Roy G. Biv. Do you have more apart from these? I have a few, yeah. I have a few others. How often do you clean your boards, Diego? How often do I clean my boards? Pretty much when I'm using them. Whenever I'm using them, I clean them up. I'm like, oh, I noticed like it's dirty or something. I just like bring out the I always have the microfiber around, so it's not a problem. So I just like use microfiber. Put mine in the dishwasher weekly. Well, not me. Hello, cutie Kyo. Hello. Yeah, but I have a few others. I don't have them here. They're like on other keyboards and stuff. So I probably won't take those out, but I hope that was satisfying for y'all. The fruit lineup of bongos. Scrumptious indeed. All right, let's continue. I had rattly stabs no matter what I did. Spam dielectric and Crytox. Finally swapped out the housing, and the rattling stopped. So maybe there was a bit of tolerance issue, there with your particular stab housing. Maybe that was what was going on. So today we're going to be using 6.25U stabs, not 7U. So put the 7U away. Because we're using Durock stabilizers, we won't need these little... Oh, so these little come with little shimmies. Oh, yes, I forgot to note. So something of note is that the PCB is 1.2 millimeters, which is actually thinner than standard. So a standard PCB thickness is 1.6 millimeters. This PCB is 1.2 millimeters. So when you have a 1.2 millimeter PCB and you're using cherry stabilizers, like the black ones, right? You have to use these little shimmies. There are these little spacers. They're basically the difference. So 0.4 millimeter thick. Basically just like under the stabilizer housing, just so that they fill up that gap. That way the stabilizers can actually clip properly onto the PCB. That's basically what these are for. But for Durock stabilizers or Zeal stabilizers, you don't really need these. They actually are a bit thicker. So you actually don't require these. They don't really shift around too much even without these. That's the size of my PP. Another key. Another question: what do you think works well with Alpaca V2s? Do you think they need films or spring swap? I personally would always use films for any kind of Alpaca, like JWK switches. So yeah, and spring swap, no, I think the springs are good. They're 62 gram and they're pretty nice weight. What keyboard are your bongos on? That was a KFE. That keyboard alone cost more than my total collection. Very nice. Now show Click Clark. If you want to see some Click Clark, these are some Click Clarks. Mr. CGBUN out there. There's the blue Trib, Vader, and a Def Black Skull. And we have a Splat Blink. This is the pride of my collection. It took me a lot. But yeah. Yes, we have the dark side. The dark side's with us. Alright, so any particular reason to go with thinner PCBs? Thinner PCBs normally for more flexibility, so basically just allows for a softer bottom out for typing. I want to get into keyboard building. How do you start? I just started doing it. I pretty much just dove right into it. I was like, I guess in my case I don't have to learn how to solder, I just have to brush up on it. So practice a bit, do my own builds for a bit, and then later as I start to get better, I like friends who were like, oh, like I don't have time, do you mind just helping me out? And I was like, yeah, sure. And I just did that for free. I built for free for friends for like over a year. Just building stuff. I just like doing that kind of stuff. I like building. I just like working with my hands, doing DIY stuff. Like that's the sort of like the tinkering part is really what I like about the hobby. Like a long time ago I used to mess around with cathode ray tubes, CRTs, and like old like typewriters and that kind of stuff. So like that's all my cup of tea. It's like just tinker around with like electronics, tinker around with like things that I can take apart and put back on if it's possible. Kind of like Legos, you know, but a bit less methodical than Legos. So you put the bongos on this one, it would be worth 10k easy, right? I think I don't have to mention what these are valued at, but yeah. I personally don't assign a price to them at this point because I like them as they are. Alright, so let's start with the stabs now. Sorry if things feel slow. I'm certainly taking my time here, so. So we need left shift, enter, backspace for stabs, and then I won't need one of these. Do you collect serious? I've won one of them before. Like I've entered many times and I've won a single one of them, which is the Dolch one. I like them. But I entered for that Robocop one just recently, which was pretty cool, but I didn't win. I normally don't win raffles. I actually don't win raffles nearly. So yeah, I just work with what I have. It's pretty much how I feel about it. I just work with what I have. Sometimes I trade a lot. I trade with friends. I trade with just random people out there. Yeah. But yeah, in my lifetime in the hobby, entered a lot of raffles. Don't win a lot though. That's just how it is. Statistics, that's how it just works that way. How to get the best out of MX Browns? Best out of MX Browns is to honestly just to try them out. Personally, first of all, I spring swap MX Browns. I don't like the stock spring on them. They're too light for me. I use 60 or 62 gram-ish, or even 65 for MX Browns. And then when you lube them, don't lube the tactile legs. Don't lube the front part of the switch. Basically, don't lube the leaf inside of the bottom housing, and don't lube the front tactile legs of the MX Browns. That's gonna just rid of tactility. I personally don't like doing that because there's just so little tactility in that sense that even touching it with lube will destroy that tactility. And I personally don't like that. I like keeping some of that. So I don't touch that. I pretty much only lube the side rails, and I tub lube my springs, and that's pretty much all I do with MX Browns. Once you do that, you'll kind of figure out if you like them or not. Put together a switch, put a switch film, lube the spring, lube the side rails, and put it in there, and just try doing a few and see if you like it. And then if you like it, then you can just do a full batch and put it in a keyboard, and then try it again in a full keyboard and try typing on it. But personally, I wouldn't judge the switch just based on like a few switches. You definitely have to modify them fully to really kind of get the full breadth and depth. How do you win so many bongo raffles? I didn't win so many bongo raffles. I traded a lot. I traded a lot of my collection for the bongo line. I really like the fruit lineup. I know that people don't consider them as popular because there are so many of them. I personally really like the fruit lineup. I think it's super cute. I found them super cute and super nice. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna trade a bunch of stuff. I traded all kinds of things. I traded art key. I traded like bro caps. I traded like, like I think at one point it's like I traded a bunch of stuff. Night caps, like, yeah. So. Oops, sorry. Let's see. It's my 17th birthday today. Happy birthday, Dark Wizard. It's my 17th birthday today, so I'm gonna splash out in the new GMK set. Splurge out, you mean? But very nice. What GMK set are you thinking of getting, Dark Wizard? Let's see. I started with Wildcat videos from nowhere. Then I thought, oh, these keywords are cool. Then I searched for their names one by one. They all sold out. Nowhere to buy at all. And then I thought, this hobby is interesting. It is interesting actually in that sense, because it's kind of niche, and all these products run through group buys, which means that they're not mass produced. They're not mass produced for good reason. It's not really. People think that they're not mass produced because they want to purposefully limit it. That's not really the truth. That's not the truth at all. People think that they're limited for the sake of limiting, but that's not really the case. It's really that the logistics of mass production is too difficult. It's the scaling factor is just too much. Like people who run these are individuals, small companies, very very small companies for that matter. And yeah, like you need a lot of experience and like good management and logistics to be able to do that. So yeah, there's a good reason why a lot of these group buys don't run with massive amounts. I mean, like a long time, like when I first joined the hobby, like group buys were maybe like 30, 50, sometimes 100 units was actually quite a lot for a keyboard run. That was like whenever there was like something closer to 100 keyboards, it would be like, oh, that one's gonna take a while to ship, or like these guys really got their stuff together. Or if it was someone completely new and they're running an 100 keyboard group buy, I was like, I kind of doubt these guys. Like I don't really think these guys are gonna make it. As in, like, these guys might not fulfill, like, because they're just gonna be overwhelmed by like GB-itis, like the curse of the group buy. Like it's hard. It's a lot of logistics, a lot of work. Let's see. My friends think I'm stupid for my custom until they come around and try it. Yeah, maybe they'll really like it. Actually, no. Let's try a pair of these stabs, and then I'm gonna. So this is the first time I'm gonna be using this XHT thing. So I'm gonna first lube these housings with 205, so they glide a little bit, and then just the wires. I'm gonna use this XHT lube, which is the first time I'm trying it out. So we'll try it and see how it goes. I heard it's thick like mayo or something. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know how it's gonna go. So it's my first time trying it. Of course, I'm trying it on this build. I mean, it's this kind of like a personal build, the prototype build. So that's why I'm trying it on this build, just because it's might as well, you know. So it's like a prototype with a prototype. Okay, so. Let's try this out. Put a pen spring in the switch. Someone has done that. The big pen springs. They're very heavy. They're like 300 grams or something like that. Let's see. Kind of stupid question, but is the Lin Design Studio and Linworks two different people and groups? Yes, absolutely. They're completely different. There's a bit of ambiguity there. I actually told DKS about this. I was like, hey man, Linworks exists and people might be confused. But it's part of his name and stuff, so I was like, and he was like, well, you know, I want to name it this way. So I was like, all right, you do you. But yeah, it could be a little ambiguous. But yeah, they're different. Linworks is based in Korea. They're a Korean designer and keyword team, whereas Lin Design Studio is New York City based. Okay, this is very thick. Okay, so I better be more careful about this. How much I apply on this? Just enough. It's like toothpaste. It's kind of like toothpaste. So I better just put in enough so that it has enough to stay on there. Kind of ruins the black on black aesthetic though. Oh well. Too late now. Oh wait, I forgot to insert. I'm an idiot. Oh, damn it. Time to grab a second brush. Good thing I have many brushes here, so I can use the 205 for those. Do you know any good PBT white on black sets? PBT white on black. PBT white on black. I think the Novelties ones are pretty good, in my opinion, but I'm not sure they have them in stock anymore. So you might have to look out there. But PBT white on black, what else? I mean, I've heard like there's like Infinity, but also Infinity hasn't been. I'm sure some of you guys might know, but there's a bit of an uproar with Infinity and the Key company. Attesting to quality for the most part, but yeah. WAP so lit. Yo, Mr. Wilba, thank you so much for the 4 months. How are you, sir? Toothpaste is another comparison I've heard. Yeah. DB's Dragon Ball Z toothpaste. Thick like marshmallow. Yeah, it kind of has that feeling of like, it's like a s'more, like a melted, semi-melted s'more texture. Alright, now I can actually put this on. Wow, this is thick enough that it barely smeared on the paper. On the Kim wipe. Okay. So let's see how this goes. Alright, let's try this other one now. Hopefully this works. Don't say that scary word. Divinity has some right now. Dice of drama. Oh, I see. Mode guys used to have those White and black. Infinity Keycaps. Not sure they are in stock. Huh. I see. Oh, that's right. They did run some keycaps along with their keyboards. I remember they had. They kind of did that to kind of bundle the keyboard with the keycaps together. Wow, this is so thick though. Damn, that's crazy. It's interesting, nonetheless. Should be enough. Because it probably won't shift, so. Alright. It doesn't look pretty though. FML. Alright. Let's try it out. I'm gonna enter first. Running out of storage space for my keyboard stuff. Help. Uh-oh. Time to rid of some of your other stuff. Other hobby stuff. No more other hobbies. Only keyboards. You can send me some stuff. Yeah, I'll take your Meridian, by the way. That the new Crytox Lube for stabs? Yeah, I'm trying it out for the first time today. A-Kip 1. So, I'm just gonna... Let's just try it. Let's just test it out. Where's my, keycaps around here? There you go. Have no white. Oh, sorry, that got blocked. More shelves. Durock V2 stabs. These are actually V1 Durock stabs. I still have a few V1 bags, so I just wanted to make sure to use them before I buy any more new ones. All right, let's see. I think it should be good. Let's test. Ah, very nice. I don't hear any rattle. Maybe I'll add a little bit more at the tip of the wire, but otherwise it sounds pretty good. Are you going to be using the DBZ Lube? Yeah, I am currently. I'm testing it out for the first time today. Going to be heading out for a little bit, Diego. Might be back later. Sounds good, Sean. Have a good rest. Not sure what you're doing, but I'll see you back in a bit if you want, if you're coming back. How have you been liking the DBZ lube? This is my first time using it. I don't make my bed, so I can tell you that so far so good. But we're currently in the testing phase. We're currently in the testing phase for the first time ever. I'm late to the game. I know. But I didn't want to use it on client builds because if I use it on client builds and it doesn't go right, that's my fault. And I wanted to make sure to try it on something that was mine first, and then try it on something else later on. But yeah, just to cut some of the risks there. All right, so I think I'm gonna just add a teeny bit more at the tip of the wire. Should be more than enough though. So usually the part that rattles the most, I mean that will cause like those like ticking sounds and rattle, is gonna be the tip of the wire, more so than the like the main part. So you just want to make sure the tip of the wire is well done. Okay. Where do you get the new loot from? I got it from Space Cables, spaceholdings.net. There's a sponsor link as well at the bottom on my sponsor panel. Okay, should be enough. Oh, actually, let's just get the band out a little bit. Okay. It's messy looking though. That's something I don't like about it already. It's messy looking. Oh well. For non-rattly stabs though, I'll do whatever. Plus, once you put caps on, you don't see it anyway, but still. Let's see. Let me see if I missed any questions. I think I'm gonna try the DBZ lube on my Devastating when it gets here. Oh, congrats on the Devastating TKL. Do you like it better than 205? Haven't tried that enough yet. DBZ lube doesn't run off like dielectric grease, and it's definitely better. It certainly does not. It's very sturdy, like it's very thick, so it just stays on there. That's expensive for lube, yeah. It definitely is a bit pricey, but the whole point here is that it has a bit of a permanence on your board. You don't have to reapply lube or anything like that. Hopefully, that's the goal. But yeah. What are my favorite top 3? So what are my 3 top favorite plate materials? Top 3 favorite plate materials. That's a good question. I will say aluminum, full aluminum, half polycarbonate, and full aluminum, half polycarbonate, and maybe full palm. Those 3 might be my favorite. Alu best plate material, easy? Yeah, it's just the best. It's just the middle ground, so it just works. If you guys want to listen to this. so slight though that I might not care. Yeah, it's too slight for me to care, I think, but I'll still give it a small dab. Okay, yeah, this is way too slight for me to care. I'll just trust my gut and go with it. I'll just trust my gut. What plate gives more of a stock profile? I think that question is a bit misguided. I don't really personally think MX has a bit of quote-unquote thock, but if you really wanted to give it thock, you could even just add some foam and it would probably do the job. But I personally don't like foam as much just because it stiffens the bottom out experience. It's worth a shot though. But I would say that you can just go for the all-rounder like aluminum, but otherwise you can maybe try like any plastic plate. I think like the other ones can be a bit tinny sounding because they're like metallic, but maybe brass could work too if you are using the right switches. Oh, carbon fiber. Yeah, carbon fiber is a good choice actually. Yeah, carbon fiber would be a good one too to try out if you're into that. But yeah. Sorry. Alright, so this lube is interesting to say the least. I am not 100% with it just yet until I try out. But I mean, it's very thick and it's actually super nice, super easy to use. That's something I'm noticing, is that it's just very easy to use because it just stays where you apply it. So that's actually kind of really convenient. So I'm gonna go with it for this build just to be consistent already, and I personally think it's gonna work pretty well. The only thing about this lube is, of course, for someone like me who is building a lot for people and whatnot, I do need like a regular stock of it, so it's gonna be expensive for me. Probably have to get it in bulk actually. But it's interesting. This is gonna last me forever though. I can bet on it. Like this is like 5 grams or whatever. It's gonna last me a while. For 5 milliliters? Wait, hold up. Where's the cap? 5 grams. But I applied so little on it already, and it's like, it's working. So this is gonna last me a while. So it's great. I like that. I like this lube. It's kind of interesting. One thing that I say kind of sucks is how white it is. It's so white. It's so opaque and matte, like color-wise, that I kind of feel like it ruins any black stab aesthetic. It like paints the stabs in white, if that makes sense. But I mean, of course, this is very much like a first world problem to care about what the stabs look like after you lube them anyway. But who cares, right? Is it weird that I recognize the last song from one of my favorite woodworking YouTube channels? No, because everyone uses Epidemic Sound. It's so common to use, dude. Honey. Also, how you doing, man? Oh yeah, how are you doing? You had a sports-related injury, right? How's that? I hope you're healing well. Hope your recovery's fast, man. Some of these royalty-free tracks slap. Well, technically I pay for it, so technically. Okay, I already did these actually. Good. Chat got quiet. So, let's see. Are any of y'all looking forward to any particular group buys out there? I just recently spent on muted R2, so there goes my key set money. Although I'm gonna probably save up for CRP stuff. I'm looking to get more CRP once Syrup Labs starts running their CRP run. I think that's where I'm gonna put in some money. Yeah, GMK Red Alert though. Ooh, GMK Red Alert. That's very soon. Did they announce a US vendor for CRP? No, not US. I mean, Syrup Labs is in Canada, so they will probably handle all North America. So yeah. There's a lot coming up, actually. There's like so much going on. Striker is coming up next month too. GMK Fuji, which looked pretty interesting for a grayscale set, was coming up soon. There's a bunch. There's so many sets now. And then right now we have GMK Umka on GMK Umka on Prime keyboards. We have what else do we have currently going? There's like GMK Dandy on space cables. There's so much going on right now as far as group buys go. So there's definitely is a bit of like decision paralysis if you like them. It's not like you can get them all anyways. So. I really want to get GMK Origin of Japanese. That's the black one with... This is the black on white. That's the white on black with a red pad print, right? That one's okay. I'm personally not super into it. It's like alright. Yeah. Gosh, this lube is super thick. Oh! It's on my desk, man. Okay. Rip corner desk mat. I'll wash it later. I'll probably wash it later tonight. Wow, it's crazy thick. I'm gonna have to be careful with this. Pretty much anything will stain. Umka is tempting. Yeah. Wish it had R5. True that. True that. Red Alert in March. DCS Delftware in April. I haven't seen that actually. I'll have to check it out. 10 Peaches. I'll open it up later actually. Let me finish these stabs first. These stabs are too. This lube is too thick and kind of like messy. Messy because I'm not a careful person, it seems. White stain. White stain. That's right. White stain my desk mats. Mom is just toothpaste. Good thing I don't live with my mother. ¿Qué tal está el lubricante de Dragon Ball? ¿Sí quedan más consistentes? Sí, quedan más consistentes. Es más, es mucho menos ligero que el 205. Y sí se queda en cualquier superficie en la que lo apliques. Es como... O sea, neta, la verdad es que sí es como Colgate, güey. Es como que pinta el estabilizador. Una vez que lo apliques ahí se queda. Es en serio como una pintura muy gruesa. Muy densa. Taste it and find out. No, thank you. I'm not. I don't do these things. We don't do that here. All sets should have R5. R5 is great. I've been eyeing it for a while and hope it comes back, but if it doesn't, I would want to pick up a sealed one. Pick up a sealed originative Japanese? That's not gonna happen. I don't even know what the obsession is with getting sealed stuff, but that's not gonna happen. I would slash those hopes now. I wouldn't even bother thinking about sealed, BNIB sealed stuff. That's a waste of time. Favorite plate material? I think I already mentioned it earlier. I mentioned aluminum, polycarb, and POM probably. Did someone say seal like Kiss from a Rose? No, I mean someone was mentioning how they wanted to get a key set that's sealed, like from Mech Market. I'm like, a set that's like 3 years old and you want it like brand new in box and sealed like in shrink wrap? Not gonna happen. Like it's just impossible. I mean it's possible, but you're wasting your time. TBH. Favorite board you built on stream? Oh man, that's a really tough question. I have no answer to that because I liked a lot of keyboards I've built. And also I pretty much built most of my recent keyboards on stream. But like, you know, there's many to mention. I really like the Kegel number 2 that I built, like number 2 revision 1 TKL that I built. I like some of the K that I built, the TGR Jane V2s that I've built, Jane V2CE, Alice. I enjoyed the Juby, Thermal. There's a lot of good stuff that I built. F18X. I've built like 3 or 4 of those now. I mean, I've even enjoyed some of the KBD8X and KBD75 builds, to be honest. Polaris, I built like a handful of those. What else have we built? We built quite a few boards. Lin Whale. Dolphin, that was a fun one too. Dolphin, that was a fun build. Matrix, I built the 8X. The original one, I built the 2.2, 2.0, 2.2, and 1.2 OG. Yeah, it's hard to say though, to be honest. They all have different pros and cons in my opinion. I hate the idea of people saying like, what's the best keyboard? It's like, I don't really think there is. They all have pros and cons. Whether you like the aesthetic or not also matters. That for example, that's a huge factor for me. It's like, do I like the look of it? Do I actually enjoy the look of it? And like, you know, typing on it too, but the look, the feel, the sound, all that, you know, all factors in. It's just too many things to consider. I don't really think there's a best overall. Like, it's just like there's some good all-rounder ones, but hard to say what I like the best. Which is a problem. To be honest, being not picky is a bad thing. I'll say that in the hobby. Because being not picky means you'll want to try a lot of things. If you want to try a lot of things, you need to spend a lot of money for that. And, well, money's a limited resource, as is time. And so here I am, trapped in the hobby since I entered in 2016. And we're still here in 2021, building keyboards, trying things out still, not settling for things that already are there and are good enough. Silly me. Hello, I would like to purchase BNIB sealed lightning keyboard stickers, please. Too bad I already ripped them out from their packaging. All of them. They're all touched up by me. No seal. No brand new inbox anymore. Alright, I'm gonna just leave this here for now and put this on. I wish I could build an F1. I can't wait for the... Oh, God. Can't wait for the F2 to come out. Yeah, that'll happen soonish, sometime this year, right? So... Just waiting for the F2. Whoa, that desk mat. That desk mat's pretty nice, yeah. The KWK desk mat. Sorry if I've been ignoring requests. I've just been like busy with my hands here trying to like get things done. There were a few requests for hydrations. Okay, I'll just do that now. What are your thoughts on the rose thermal? It looks very ooh. It looks very cute. I like it. I like the look of that rose thermal. I'm probably not gonna get it, because I'm getting a moon thermal. Oh, actually, I have a moon thermal now. Oh wait, I was not supposed to just say that. Should I have? It's a fine. I have a moon thermal. You guys want to see it? I haven't opened it though. It's completely sealed. I'll build that sometime in the future. I'm sorry if I take some time to do that because there's a bunch of commissions I need to catch up with. Alright, hi Mr. Lighting. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Hello, Tree Leaf. I'm going to go eat dinner now. Have a great dinner. Sancho Panza, muchas gracias por la suscripción. Suscripción. 4 months, thank you so much, Sancho. Anyway, Contra, okay, so hold on. Keystream has a PC Dollinger, but we want to build a Dolphin. Dolphin's a very cool board. Such aggressive curves, very nice. Contra though, what are your thoughts so far on the super thick stuff? So I'm trying it for the first time today, Contra, and so my thoughts are preliminary thoughts, at least so far that I've tried it with like one stab, is that it sticks really well to things. So well that I actually don't think this dust mat stain over here in the corner is gonna clean out. I actually kind of feel that it's not gonna clean out and it's gonna suck and I'm gonna regret it. But other than that, it sticks really well to the material, to anything that you put it on. It's like paint. It's like toothpaste, but like paint. So it just like stays there. So it's gonna do its job. It's definitely gonna do its job. It's just gonna be there. I would still apply relatively generously, in the sense that like you just want to make sure it fills up that space, and so it just stays there. But definitely don't overdo it, because if you overdo it, then you might add a bit of sluggishness to your stab. But it seems to do the job. Seems to do the job pretty well. Also, I dropped the stab, didn't I? Where did the one stab go? Alright, sorry. Is that PCB extra shiny? It's glossy, yeah. It's a glossy solder mask. Let's see. F2 is going to be fire. Crazy torsion mount. Gion got going on with the Vanquish. Has been intrigued. Oh, yeah. I'm intrigued with that too. And catching up. Show it. Just did. Start using one of those pictures. They're pretty pog. You mean the Brita filters? Brita filters are great. I've been using them for like 10 years now. I mean, not the same one, but like, I change my filters every like 3 months. But I've been using like Brita products for like the past like 10 years, like since like college. Looks like just an empty box, empty Rama box to me. Yeah, it might just be empty and full of my own dreams. Also, where did that one stab go? It fell off the. I had an extra stab. Guys, where did the stabilizer go? I literally just had it here on the PCB. Can you look at my IC? Yeah, I will. I will. Give me 1 sec. 10 peaches. Okay, I will do that as I look for the stab, because for some reason I'm not seeing it. Where the hell did I put it? Where the hell did it fall off? Under the plate? No. What? What in the world? Oh, it fell on the floor. Oh, okay. Here it is. Alright, so let's check out this IC from 10 Peaches' friend. Contra, consider using my affiliate link with Space Cables to purchase XHT, Dragon Ball Z, JK. Let's see, where's this link? Okay, paste it. Stab trying to escape? I know, seriously. Doesn't like the thick, white application of lube. Yo, Obsidian, thank you so much for gifting a sub to Contra. Thank you. Alright, let's check out Wait, why is this not loading up? There we go. And ICDCS Delft Wear by Zephyrion. Group buy slated for April 1st. Based on porcelain art. Oh, very cool. I have some. I don't have white and blue, but I have like slightly gray and blue. But yeah, this kind of porcelain art is definitely appealing. I like this in real life. I like bowls and that kind of stuff a lot. I like ceramic stuff a lot. Oh. Oh no. There's a few things that trigger me here. No. Okay. I like these legends. First of all, I like all of these legends. These legends are fantastic. They're great. They are very unique, pretty peculiar, just like very unique. Like overall, this is very original. Actually, this might be one of the more original ideas I have seen in the past few years of seeing ICs of key sets. But there's a few things that trigger me here. First of all, this tab. What is this tab icon? The tabulation is not even this way, it's the other way. You're supposed to go from a left margin to like 4 spaces to the right, let's say, right? You tabulate, right? So this tab is supposed to go toward, it should point to the right. So that's kind of a weird symbol. Also, maybe they meant it to be a regular tab icon. I don't know. Xbox delete backspace or whatever that thing is. Please don't use it. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Ugliest icon. Actually, well, some of the other like Mac icons for like Control Alt and those are like ugly too, but this one's really ugly. This one's up there in the ugly set of icons. I don't like it. I hate that one. That alone, no, I'm just kidding. I would still purchase a kit if I were interested, but I don't like that icon. Let's see. Based on old porcelain artwork painted by hand. This set is called DCS Delft Wear. DCS Delft Wear. Very interesting. Font and sub-legends have all been chosen in order to make a set that looks refined but a little bit imperfect. Okay, painted by hand, okay. Blue and white are awesome colors. Sure, I don't disagree with that at all. As the set will be run by SP, Signature Plastics. The typeface has been updated from what was proposed in the previous renders to Gorton. See images of the samples below. Oh, samples! How wonderful! They already have samples. Look how nice that blue looks against the white. Oh, notification sounds are off? Really? I have them on, but are they not? Weird. I have them on. My alert box is on. Weird, but Mick, thank you so much for continuing your gift sub. Oh, actually, Obsidian, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub to Mick Balls. And Mick, thank you so much for gifting a tier 1 sub. Forward. Thank you. But yeah, DCS Delftware, very interesting key set. Samples are good. That's fantastic. These are the kits. More sample pictures. I like the blue that they chose, the gray blue color for the white. Icon mods are also slightly different. See below for image for the actual icon mods. However, they'll be... Please don't use these icons. Please. Just not Xbox delete, please. Why? Why? This is okay, this caps lock one I actually don't mind this one. They're centered, yeah, I know. But I can give this a pass because the set is so busy. But this tab and this Xbox backspace, please. No, don't do this. Oh well, okay. That's just my plea. I don't like it though. I really don't like those icons. Kit looks okay. TKL only though. Kind of interesting kitting. There's quite a lot in this one kit. It's very packed. I'm wondering what the price will be though. So if the pricing is good, okay. Unpack kit, sure. Novelties kit. Novelties look interesting. I guess I could substitute some novelties in there, but I'm not as huge on putting too many novelties all at once. So desk mat looks, ooh, I don't, if it's this white color for the desk mat, too easy to stain, but this is an interesting desk mat. This is a very interesting desk mat. It's like a dinner table desk mat, but there's nothing on there, so should I just slap on a bunch of food on my desk mat just to make it seem like I have stuff? Pour some tea here? Just kidding, just kidding. It's interesting though. I like the idea, but practically speaking, probably not my thing. Very cool. It's an interesting set. I like the legends. Just don't use this backspace. Just don't use this tab, please. Everything else is okay though. It's a nice and blue and white theme set. I like the sub legends. I think the sub legends are very, very original and very nice. And the fact that they already did samples is they're doing their due diligence to get ahead of the curve. So I like that. Yeah, it's good. It's cool set. I give it a 5 out of 7. Just kidding. I think it's pretty good though. I think I would purchase this if they made those icon changes. If they don't, maybe I'll consider it, but depends on the price. If the price is too expensive, then probably pass. Cause I like DCS, but I don't like it all. Like I don't like I'm not super compelled to buy DCS all the time. Just for certain sets. It's probably the most original idea I've seen in a long time. Better than Polybius, better than Awaken, in my opinion. I like DCS though. I have a few DCS sets. Hot take, but this key set looks better than Polybius and Awaken. Yo, Kevin, what's up, dude? How you doing? Yo, Kevin, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. 4 months, thank you. I'll ask her if it can be changed. Thank you, 10 peaches. Your keyboard's on the meal. My keyboard's a meal. I don't want to eat my keyboard. Eating my keyboard is kind of sad. Alright, where was I? DCS used to be all we have for a while. This is true. DCS, because GMK was very expensive. Cherry stuff, sorry. GMK specifically, very expensive. At the time. Also, the MOQs were too high. That's really what the issue was. MOQs were too high for the time when they first were running a business. GMK MOQs were very, very high. Even like stock colors were not cheap. We're not like low on MOQ. So we have it really nice now. I mean, we have it good now because we have like so many people in the community, and the MOQs can actually be met, and you know, vendors, all that stuff, buffers, like there's a bit of a buffer here and there for key sets too. A lot of key sets that people think might fail don't. Same with a lot of like child kits that people think might fail. Alright. I thought someone did GMK set via that theme. I've seen people do white and blue. There's the LZ blue on white key set, and there's a Unikey set as well. But it doesn't have those sub legends. Thanks for coming to my last stream. No problem, dude. She'll be happy to hear that because she put a lot of effort to those sub legends. I think the sub legends are amazing. Definitely this over Polybius or Awaken 100%. Sorry, catching up. Yo, Juego. Oh my god. Juego, thank you so much for the 6 gifted tier 1 subs. Thank you. Thank you so much, my friend. Poggers. Thank you, my big Pog champ. As a few other streamers would say. Anyway, let's try these stabs out finally. Yo, Obsidian. Yo, oh my god. You guys don't have to. You guys are going crazy. Thank you so much for the 4 gifted tier 1 subs. Damn. Y'all going ham. This IC was created before Lazurite. I see. Price of entry plus that's not hitting MOQ was rough. Yeah, this was back in the day. Back in the day, that part was the tough part. Whoa, this is like bending all over. I bent the pin here, so I'm straightening that up. All right. Two hours and we are finally done with stabs, and I haven't even tested them all. Sorry about that, but so it goes. Been a while since I streamed, actually, huh? Left. Didn't Delftware change profiles? It did? Let's see. My friend was concerned about clashing with GMK Lazurite because of the color novelties, but this interest check was created way before Lazurite, like more than a year ago. Howdy doody, punks. Hello, Mount Venge. How are you doing? Interesting. 2 hour stabs. Poggers. Poggers indeed. I'm just getting distracted with a lot of stuff, and it's okay. Totally fine. Not a rush. I know y'all want to see this being done, though, so I'll try to finish up. Alright, let's test these stabs now. Backspace is good. Wow, I don't hear any rattle here. Like, I hear a bit of that scratchiness, but that's probably from the switches. But there's no rattle. This is good. This is very good. Okay, I think the stabs are good to go. Is this a new move? These sound nice. Yeah, I think so I did 2 of 5 for the housings, just for the parts that glide a bit. But the wire I put the new lube on, and they stay on there, so that's a good thing. So it seems like the move, yeah. It seems pretty good. We heard, woohoo, I just bought some with your link. I'm excited to use it now. Yeah, I think trying it out is a good idea. I think you definitely should try it out and test it out first. Basically, try to figure out how much you actually need. I think that's the kind of like sweet spot sort of thing that you need to find out by yourself, like what works for you, and then go from there. But yeah, it's looks pretty. This DBZ lube pretty promising. From current use, at least. I've only done it once. I'll probably try it out in all of my future builds, specifically future personal builds at least. And if requested, I'll do it on client builds. But of course, For climb builds, I normally charge for supply costs as well, so either they provide it or I charge the cost of lube. But yeah. But I think I'm kind of like okay with using this with climb builds as well. I think it's not as hard to work with than I thought. It definitely just has a bit of that like painting feeling to it, which it's just that thick. But overall, pretty good. So we're using the plate foam this time for this build. Just FYI for those wondering if I'm using the foam pieces. I am. DCS Comeback 2021. DCS has been kind of running okay. Like, I mean, like there's been some people asking for it lately. It is going to be die sub? Wait, you're doing this in die sub PBT? Oh ho ho! I am in. DCS die sub PBT with these sub legends and stuff. I'm in. I'm totally in. I want to try it out now because I have ABS sets. I don't have DCS PBT on me. I think I've tried it at a meetup at some point, but it's been too long. I don't remember it. Yo, Tim Keelis. Yo, Tim, how you doing, man? Thank you so much for the 4 months. Thank you so much for tier 1, dude. Hope you've been well. I guess I can support Diego. You guess. It's okay. You don't have to. You don't have to, Obsidian. Especially after you gifted all those subs. Lube switches with XHT? No way. That would be so bad. I think. Well, I mean, I just think it would be super sluggish. And also, like, yeah, I think it would be hard to control how much you put on there. You probably have to use one of those micro applicators. I think maybe that could work, but 205 already is so thick for switches. Look, the difference is like dramatic. One present, you can come back tomorrow. True that. Any Proxy is a friend of this channel too. Project Keyboard? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Project Keyboard did not run a key set this past month, so I think they're going right back into it very soon. They've been working on, I think, remodeling a lot because they recently moved, I think, offices. So that's been keeping them busy, if I recall correctly. Oh my god. Mr. Contradictions. Thank you so much for the 6 gifted tier 1 subs. Oh my god. Y'all are too kind tonight. Y'all are too kind tonight. Too generous. You mad lad. Indeed. Redeemed guide the raid. LOL, says Mr. Condre. I'm gonna refund you those points. I'll drink water in just a sec, Kevin. DCS Squall Squadron? You mean Skull? SKULL. Like a cranium skull. DCS Skull Squadron is very nice, but definitely too expensive if you wanted to get a set right now. It's like, it was like limited and blah blah blah. rare, blah blah. Compatibility is there. I think you can find it, but it's still a pain in the butt at this point. It's too old of a set, and I don't know if Mateo was planning on rerunning it, so I don't think so. I think he at the time said he was gonna keep it limited, like a one-time run kind of thing. And for those sets, you do need explicit permission, I think. So, but nobody owns the colorways. Thank you for all the positive response, chat. I'll pass on the kind words because she needs some confidence boost. I think she should be confident. 10 Peaches. I think that she should feel proud of her work because I personally think that set looks very cool, very interesting, very unique for that matter. I personally think that it is definitely one of the more unique sets I have personally seen. I like the theme. Blue and white are definitely awesome colors. I'm not biased at all. Totally not biased. I'm totally not wearing blue and white right now. But, you know. And my logo is totally not blue and white either. But, you know. Nice Lindy cable. Thanks, dude. She's worrying about meeting MOQ? What's MOQ actually for DCS now? I think it's 100 sets? 100? No, actually, well, for these ones, probably MOQ might be higher. Well, actually, MOQ might be low, but it's way more expensive. I think that's the thing. I think you might want a few hundred sets if you want a good price for it. I think that's the main thing. Can I pick when we pick the caps? Yeah, you can. I think 50 sets is the MOQ, but she wanted to get down to the next price bracket. I think so, like 100 or 150, something like that, probably. Yeah, that makes sense though. Also, am I missing switches here? Did I miscalculate the amount of switches I needed by accident? I don't think I did, but maybe I did. I mean, it's okay. These are easy to lube, so. Let's get some 1.25 views here. Actually, I don't remember what the placement of these is. Didn't realize it was your desk mask pod. Thank you. Alright, now you just need to make sure the spacing's right for this. I think I have it. I mean, I think the PCB has a label anyway, but I still need to be careful. 625, 625. Someone posted a DCS Skull Squadron on Mech Market. He wants 800. Oh my god. That's way too much money for a key set. I know some people pay a lot for their OG diceps and whatnot. Myself included, I've paid quite a bit, but that's not chump change. I actually might have miscalculated the number of switches I needed, which is kind of odd that I did. Or either that or I lost a couple of switches. I do have a few extra switches anyway, so that's not a problem. So I might just grab a few. RMMB wildin' for sure. For sure. You rich. It was run through drop. I did not remember that. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Alright, let's just. Oh shit. Let's get rid of these brushes here. This lube is way too thick. My own preference. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I think I miscalculated the number of switches, so I'm just gonna lube these really quick. Hello, Lux Cables. Have to take off. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you so much, Obi. Obsidian, thank you so much for coming by. And thank you so much for all the support, as always. I appreciate it so much. Alright. Let's get my lube tub. Month sub badges Pog. The sub badges are cool, huh? I think I have up to 2 years for sub badges. I mean, not that I'm sure there's gonna be that many people subbing, but for that long. But you know, never seen that tool used like that before. Oh, you mean this to open up switches? That's how I open up every switch. That's pretty much how I open up all my switches. In case you didn't know. That's pretty much how I use it. I only used one of them, and that's all I need for switch opening. I remember I bought some switch openers before, and I was like, this is actually slower than me using this tool like this. So I pretty much ditched the switch openers. And yeah, I don't use switch openers. I just use that. What tool is that? This is the mechanicalkeywords.com's switch top opening tool. Normally you use it for plates that have switch top opening available to them, and you can like basically you use second one here. There's a second one to the pair, and you basically like put it like this, and like you can open up switch tops from like without having to desolder the switch from the plate, if the plate allows for it. A lot of plates don't, so you can't really do that all the time. Oh yeah. Play with that, so dog. Getting replayed, remade because of that. Yeah, I mean RE plate. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I mean I personally don't care for it, because I would just rather desolder, and I mean I would just rather like, yeah, I'll just desolder the switches, honestly. It's just easier. It's actually so time consuming to open switches like that way. It's very time consuming. It's tedious. You might actually bend some of the switch tops, so I don't like it. Yeah, there's several reasons I wouldn't use it, but that's one of them. It's just time consuming. It's just tedious. So if you haven't seen me lube a switch, this is how I lube them. I pretty much just open them. I put all the springs in the tub, and then I just lube the parts that I need to lube. And when I use 3204, I will lube the side rails, I'll lube the leaf, and then I'll lube the stem. My first set was DCS Toxic, run by Bunny 2013. Yeah, I think that sounds right. DCS Toxic, a long time ago. It was run by Bunny, but it was designed by Daniel. What's his name? Dan. Guy from Florida. What's his username? I forget his username for some reason. Control Alt. I mean, it was run through Control Alt because he passed it to Control Alt for that to run it. But yeah, that shit rips open if you remove caps. Yeah, sounds right. All right, good, cool. Switches are done, and we just needed to make sure that we had the spacing right. Alright, cool. We can finally solder. Clears do have chonga stems. I've seen people literally pull the stem out of the top of the switch, removing caps from MX clears. Oh yeah, I've done that before too, actually. A long time ago. When I was new, I didn't know that. I had to like wiggle properly, like kind of like wiggle as I was taking out the cap, and the switch top came off. I was like, oh, what the hell? But also the plate was no good, so probably why the switch top came off in the first place. Yeah. So it goes. So it goes. Did that to a brand new poker. Damn. I had to learn how to solder. At least forced you to. Alright, so I don't need some of these things, so I'm gonna just take them out of the way. We can use the O-rings later, probably. Alright, just take these out of the way first. Alright, cool. Heating up the soldering iron now. Yo, Lil Bonaparte. Thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for 5 months. How you doing? What's up? What's up? I'm all right. Myself. How are you? Alrighty. Looks like either Cloudflare or GCP is down. Huh. Interesting. GCP down? That's rare. turn on the fan. Actually, it should be quieter than before because I'm using a dynamic mic. Gotta run. Have a good rest of the stream, homie. Sounds good, Contra. Take care. Have a good night. I'll get a Icky 68 Aurora, the one with the Bluetooth. Oh. Alright, so let's get our sponsor segment going. We have a bunch of things to talk about. So, let's get on to it, shall we? So, first up we have... First up we have Canon Keys. Over on Canon Keys, currently we have GMK Birch running until March 1st. There's a Rama cap along with it, as well as desk mats. There's a bunch of desk mats actually that just restocked on Canon Keys, as well as some extras from previous group buys, so check those out. There's the Be Reckless and the deal desk mats as well. Hey, señor Frank Katana, ¿cómo están? Banda de 50 gentes, personitas, fulanitos, fulanas, ¿cómo están todos? Katana Gang, buenas noches. Ya tenía rato que no te veía streameando, sí, ya sé, ¿eh? He estado ocupado, de hecho, la semana pasada me fui de viaje un rato, por eso. Mr. Petrov, thank you so much for the 6 gifted tier 1 subs. Wow, thank you so much for your support. Wow, thank you. How are you, Mr. Diego? I'm doing well. How are you? Nachos with barbacoa. Barbecue. Nachos with barbecue, though. That's kind of interesting tasting. That would be an interesting taste experience. Actually, I've never tried that. Is it good? Lightning, I always wanted to ask, where are you from, homie? I was born and raised in Mexico. I was born in Guadalajara, which is the second largest city in Mexico. And then I grew up, well, I moved around a lot in Mexico, but I lived a long time primarily in Mexico City and in León, Guanajuato. 2 bigger cities in Mexico. And yeah, I grew up and lived in Mexico pretty much all my life. Learned English later in my life. Moved to the US, learned more English. Moved to the US for college, really. So I applied to school in the States. And moved to the States. Compa Tapatío. Teja 2. Soy Teja del East Coast. Aquí, si Teja está en California, yo estoy en Nueva York, ya sabes. O sea, igualito. Coreano. Keyboards. Nada más me falta hacer el ridu y el uff. Hola, Coca-Cola. ¿Qué onda? ¿Es compa? Ya sabes. I guess those fossil fuels you cannot rely on, eh? Solo que Teja no habla español, ¿eso te hace mejor? Hasta eso sí. Hey, soy de Guanajuato. Ah, muy bien. Sí, viví en León mucho tiempo. ¿Eres medio mexicano o tus padres solo vivían en México? Mis papás solo vivían en México, o sea, ellos inmigraron a México hace como a los principios de los 80s. Entonces ellos ya no están ahí ahorita, pero se mudaron allá como en el 82, yo creo, 81. Entonces, vivían ahí como casi 30 y tantos años. ¿Guantos? Oh, Guanatos. ¿Dónde queda? Ah, ya. Ah, ok. Perdón. De hecho, casi no viví en Guadalajara. Nací en Guadalajara, pero me mudé al DF como después de un año más o menos. Entonces casi ya no me acuerdo de dónde queda aquí en Guadalajara. Nada más he visitado para de turista. ¿Y siguen viviendo allá? Mis papás, no. Mis papás ahorita están en Atlanta. Al defectuoso, ya sabes. A respirar el smog. Y más que así en los 90 cuando el smog estaba cabrón. En fin. Pero sí, soy mexicano de nacimiento. I was born in Mexico. Lived there all my life. But yeah, my parents are Korean. Stream tags English. I know, right? I should put the Spanish tag, but I don't get to speak Spanish often. Only when Frank Katana gets to raid and visit, and occasionally there's people who ask questions in Spanish, but pretty rare. Pretty rare. Do you speak your parents' native language fluently? Do I speak Korean? Yeah, I do speak Korean. I do speak Korean. Lol. Lol 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 lol. Let's do a Spanish group by review one day. That would be interesting. We would just be mentando madres todo el tiempo. Off topic, what was the issue with the spacebar on your thermal? Oh, yeah. The issue on the thermal last time was that, first of all, the daughterboard cable was slightly catching on at the edge of the little channel, right? That was the first issue that I had. And the second issue was that I slightly under-lubed the stab, so I just added a little bit more lube and it was okay. So if you listen to a typing test that's on my YouTube channel, it's okay. Spanish rant. Mentar madres. ¿Qué nombre le pondrías a un teclado mexicano? No sé. El pinche Huitzilopochtli o algo así, ¿no? No te creas, No sé, la verdad no sé, ¿eh? ¿Qué le pondrías? Taco 75. GMK no mames, güey. Too easy. ¿Para cuándo el taco 40? Kinda hard to do live CC and translate at the same time. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can default to English, but I'll answer some questions in Spanish because I know that there's people here who speak Spanish and would prefer that. But yeah. So yeah. Xochitl. Anyway, let's go back to our sponsor segment really quick. Just go through all the group buys that are currently running really fast. So I said Kaneki currently running Jimkin Birch and a bunch of desk mats currently available. They recently had their devastating TKL drop. And yeah, they have a lot of desk mats currently in stock, so go and check them out. A bunch of extras from previous group buys that ran, and a few that came back in stock as well. Next up, we have you can check out the link down below for Keyspresso. If you're located in Canada, for those in Canada, Keyspresso is running the OP Black group buy. Hugo Keys was very kind to provide a discount code, so you can actually use Lightning KB for 5% off. I just want to support Hugo in his more recent Group price, OP Blacks round 2 is a JWK linear switch modeled after the Nixdorf, the popular Nixdorf switch, which is basically Milky-top over a black housing. And they also have these cute peach bags, plastic bags, for like switches or any other thing that you want to put in them. But they're very, very cute. They kind of stand on their own. They also have like Gateron Giants V4 and a bunch of other stuff from previous group price as well. They have like lube and other tools that you might need for your keyboard switch modifications. But yeah, check out keyspresso.ca, and there's a link down below that you can use for a discount if you're located in Canada. You need that. You can also order from North America, so if you're considering that, then you can do so as well. Next up, we have Mint Autumn, mintautumn.com. They're currently working on fulfilling Rookie Round 2. So still working on that. Not much else news from them. Next up, we have Novel Keys. Novelkeys.xyz. You can use the promo code Thunder on checkout to get 5% off any in-stock product. And then currently we have GMK Mr. Sleeves running until the 26th. Those are $70 accent kits. They come in a light version and a darker version that's new. So check those out if you're a fan of Mr. Teika types. Nathan Kim, he is the runner of this. And he made these colors very popular thanks to his sleeves from his sweaters that he would wear during typing tests, as well as streams actually. And it looks like I have one switch that I bent the leg for. But also on Novel Keys, we also have GMK Dots Round 2 running until the end of the month. If you're into GMK Dots Round 1, there's a light version as well this time. So there's a dark version, a light version, but check out GMK Dots by Bip. Pretty popular set. A lot of people missed out the last time, and so this is your chance to get it if you have wanted it. Of course, the wait might be a little long, but it might be worth it. We also have Cam Super User and the NK65 that's associated with it, running until March 2nd. And we finally have this keyboard that we're all building today, which is the Box 75 by DKS of Lin Design Studio. It starts at $550, comes in black or white, and you can choose different accents. You can choose a PVD, black PVD accent, or you can choose raw polished stainless steel accents for your Box 75. So the Box 75 is running until tomorrow. So tomorrow is the last day. February 19 is the last day for the Box 75 group buy. So this is why we're doing this prototype build today. If you have any questions about the Box 75, feel free to ask. Do you get to keep this unit at the time? Yes. From my understanding, I do. Next up, we have omnitype.com/lightning. Go and check out GMK2Z. Jia, who is the designer of this key set, is actually a moderator of my chat. And yeah, go and support Jia and GMK2Z, a very cute lavender set, which is modeled after some themes from the Mid-Autumn Festival, and some colors that were inspired by Jia's mother's favorite colors, a mix of lavenders and pinks. Next up, we have Prime Keyboards, primekb.com/lightning. Go and check out Alpaca V2 switches. There's also Deskey's films and Durock V2 stabilizers in a smoky black with black wires. There's also GMK Umka currently running key set made popular by Tom Berry. Umka was originally just a modifier kit to go along with the Boneyard kit from GMK Carbon Round 2, but this time it comes in a standalone set, and it's just a base kit, so it's like an all-in-one. So go and check out GMK Umka. Very cool set in my opinion. Has a nice ivory color to it that I think is very understated. Go and check that out. They also Prime KB also has loop stations and switch openers among other little cool tools. There's the Gateron switch puller. Is a very nice switch puller if you have been struggling using like these normal switch pullers, but it's a more fancier one. You use a spring mechanism to eject switches off plates, and it works very well is what I heard. Next up, we have projectkeyboard.com. There's not anything running right now, but as we were told earlier by 10 pages, in April we'll see DCS Delftware, which is based on blue and white porcelain. So go and check out that interest check. Next up, we have Salvin.com. On Salvin.com, we have Wilbitech 60 PCBs. There's a WT60D Weird Flex, as well as a WT60G, the Graphite Edition PCBs that are compatible with your Thermal Plus, Keycold 160, 165, and so on and so forth. Any review on those Palm Cobalt switches yet? So a while back, Nathan, Apiary, and actually I should have reviewed those as well, but I didn't have the chance when I got the samples. But they are basically all Palm switches. They actually at the time they came in this black housing with kind of like a light translucent stem, kind of like white light translucent stem. Those were the equivalents of the Palm Cobalts. So the Palm Cobalts are just recolored to be gray and blue. I haven't gotten any of those. I might, but yeah, I haven't reviewed those myself. But I know that Mr. Nathan built, reviewed those at some point. All Palm switches from Prime KB, as well. Apiary also did those as well. Kevin, gonna go watch the Nets versus Lakers. Sounds good. Have a good basketball night, Kevin. And finally, we have Space Cables, spaceholdings.net, where you can check out Jimky Dandy and all of its accessories. There's a Rama M6C macro pad with it, Rama caps, desk pads, novelties, and all that good stuff. There's cables associated with all the group buys that I mentioned, such as Mr. Sleeves, 2Z, Ramen Stop, Birch, Veneer, Civilizations, 80s After Dark, and so on. There's also the Space Cables desk pad and the Loop Station, also available on spaceholdings.net. And finally, we have the lube that we used today, the new XHT-BDZ lubricant from Krytox. Space Cables has these in stock now, 5 grams here. Very thick lubricant that you can use for wires or stabilizers. We're trying it for the first time today. It seems to be working quite well, so we'll see how that goes. But I would recommend it based on my current experience so far. Alright, let's test this PCB now. So open up VIA. Dragon Ball Z lube indeed is what people are saying. Alright, let's go to VIA. What was that Jane built with? Exclamation keyboards for the details on the keyboard I'm using. Alright, great. Everything works perfectly well. Excellent. Alright, I think it's all good here. Alright. So, question for chat is the following. I have 2 questions. First of all, do we use burger mount? Yes or no? So, in burger mount, we basically sandwich these mounting points with O-rings. If not, we can just go for regular top mount, which is just using the screws to attach the mounting points of the plate to the case. Burger mount? Yes, okay. We'll try these. So we have these O-rings here. These O-rings basically sandwich the screws. Okay, there it goes. And we need the plate screws right here. Okay, so burger mount. So we just now just place this guy here. Okay. And then you just take the screws, put an O-ring on it, and then just sandwich it. Just slightly do that on one corner. Do it for the other one. For those who might not know what I'm doing, I'll zoom in and show you. So basically there's an O-ring beneath that mounting point, and I currently have a screw here with an O-ring attached to it right here. And I'm just gonna put it in the mounting point. And basically the two O-rings are sandwiching that tab on the plate. So there's an O-ring on top and an O-ring on the bottom. Yeah. Basically do that with every screw point. Does this work with any top mount trade mount board? Technically, you could always add O-rings, yes. The only thing is if the screw is too short, and the O-ring basically prevents it from reaching the threads, you kind of risk ruining the threads, because basically it would latch on too little of the thread that if like something yanks or like something pulls or you push too hard or something like that, it could strip the threads. So yeah, you could try it, but your screw would have to be long enough to catch onto the threads. And for example, in the bottom side of this, so like on the bottom side from here, right, on the from this perspective, on the bottom side of this, there is a slight divot where the O-ring can be placed. So so there's that. So in many cases that allow this burger mount, there is a little bit of a slot for the O-rings to be placed. Technically not like fully necessary, but it does help, like give more space for it to be positioned. So something to consider. There's a few, like there's just dimensions, like you just have to consider like whether the screw is long enough and whether there's space for the O-rings, like whether it will apply pressure, too much pressure. Okay, now just tighten them equally. We'll try this with my Satisfaction 75. So I believe the Satisfaction 75 actually has spaces for them, if I recall. Pretty sure. Pretty sure a lot of the Kaneki stuff has O-ring mounts. So do we use a case foam, yay or nay? First of all, I think I'm gonna use no case foam. Let's try it with no case foam today. Okay, so for those who haven't ever assembled these kinds of cases, you always want to put the screws in first because you want to get these from the top, and these are the ones that are going to latch onto the legs here. So I've already pre-placed the screws on these holes, just not tightly, just enough so they catch. That's it. You just close it. And Meridian is built with FR4 plate and burger mount. Yeah, I think Kanekys tends to offer FR4 plate and burger mount quite a lot too. At least I know that Upas is an advocate for it. Rooney the nerd, holy crap. Just popping out my switches to put into FR4 for the Meridian. Nice. You say burger is the way to go with FR4 as well? It seems like 10 Peach is advocating for it, so. For some reason, this screw is not catching on the thread. I'm wondering if something's misaligned or getting in the way of things. I love that you speak Spanish. Very unexpected, very super awesome to see. Thank you so much, Ronnie. Okay, there. Okay, it caught on the thread now. Okay. All right, so that's in, and then so the next thing you do is you grab these guys. So these guys match up, so there's a slightly shorter distance between these two screw holes. That one goes on the right here because the screws are actually closer together there. So each of these legs actually has a place for it. And then you just go from the top and tighten. Are the legs not sharp? Will they not create problem with dust mats? No, so they're actually not so sharp. That's something I was wondering myself as well when I first opened this up. So the legs actually have a bit of a chamfer to them. Like they're not completely sharp. Yeah, they're slightly smoothing down. So it's not as sharp as you think. I don't think it would rip a dust mat though, that's for sure. It's not that sharp. Yeah. Alright, finally, after 3 hours. Oh, actually that's not as bad. I actually thought it was even later than this, but okay, it's not too bad. Could be worse. So case foam, we're not using it right now. Diego, your thoughts on palm plate versus FR4 plate? Ooh, that's a very good question. I kind of like both. I personally actually don't have a bias towards one over the other. For me, it would just be like trying one or the other and just be, like, if I'm okay with either, like let's say I tried palm first and I like it, then I wouldn't bother getting FR4, because I think FR4 is also quite flexible like palm. I think palm might be actually be softer and more flexible because like it's a plastic, whereas FR4 is fiberglass. So yeah, I think it's like whichever choice is available is pretty good, you know? Like they're both fairly flexible in like different materials compared to like aluminum or brass or steel, you know? So I would just go for it. I didn't hear the little sound. Okay, it's connected though. Alright, cool. Alright, so we need to pick keycaps. I have a lot of keycaps, but let me actually... Oh, I should have plugged that in, but... let's see, let's see if I have all the key sets written down here. I have a lot of key sets though available to use. So let me just show you what I have. Yeah, these are good. I think. Okay, yeah, we can choose from here. If there's any mistakes, I'll let you know. Oh, I don't think we can use keyboard and co though, because it doesn't match the modifiers. But anyway, I think the rest should be fine. So, all right, here's the key sets we have here. We can do white on black if you want to go for simple, but we can always change it up. There's like some good ones that go with black. Is Miami Nights goes well with black. Ski Data goes well with black. Skeletor can be a very interesting choice. Keyboard and Co is actually pretty good with black. What else? Olivia. I have Olivia plus the dark one. Eclipse is interesting too. Striker's interesting too. Well, Olive goes well with black too. Bingsu, yeah, Bingsu's a good one too. Handerbite. Handerbite kind of all over the place. Oh, sorry. I did. Okay. Beige CRP. Okay, so let me see. Handerbite, VOC, 8008. Olivia, please. Okay, well, 10 Peaches has done the thing, so we'll override and go with Olivia. Are we going for Olivia Light or Olivia Dark? 10 Peaches. Doing the thing. The thing has been done. Dark? Okay, dark it is. So we'll go with Olivia Dark. Let me find it. So I have this mysterious box of key sets here in bags, because I keep my key sets in bags now, thanks because all the trays are crap now. So I just have to look for it when it comes. Oh, here it is. I save all more channel points so I can do the thing. Oh. Okay, I can't type with just that, so Alright, here's Olivia Dark. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Will putting them back cause them to wear? No, not really. I mean, it's not like I'm keeping them, like it's not like I'm, like, moving them around and, like, you know, like, like, scratching them up or something. So, no, not really. Happy Thursday. Happy almost it's Friday. Mufasa, please. What keys are these? This is GMK Olivia Dark. GMK Olivia plus dark, to be specific. Do you ever clean your keycaps? Yeah, I do. If they do get pretty dirty or, like, grimy and stuff, if I feel like they need a cleanup, I put my keycaps in warm water and put in a few denture tabs. You know denture tabs? They're pretty cheap. Like, you can buy them on Amazon and stuff. I just put a few, like 2 or 3 denture tabs, and then just let them sit for about, like, anywhere at least 30 minutes, but pretty much anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, longer, it doesn't matter. And then you just rinse them, and then I just air dry them. I like the tiger in the back. Thank you. His name is JD. There's a command, exclamation JD for that, if you want to know his full name. I think using 125 spacebar 1515 kind of bothers me. It doesn't at all for me because it's actually a very typical 75% bottom row. In case you weren't aware, but yeah, I'm kind of used to this layout actually. Is dish soap bad for keycaps if you soak them in dish soap? No, dish soap is fine as long as you don't use too much of it. So as long as it's like a mild soap and you're not overdoing it, it's okay. Right control a little crooked? No, I think it's just the angle maybe, or maybe it's not pressed all the way. It's fine to me, but does it look crooked to you? Might just be the angle though. If it is crooked, I'll fix it later, I guess. But I don't think it looks crooked to me. Thermal Plus is also using this uneven bottomer to achieve blocker less 65. Mm-hmm. Arrow keys, do we want accent arrows or accent enter? Anything accent? Yes or no? And then we'll go with Bard today. And then on the spacebar subject, please make 313 split spacebar a thing for future design. I mean, people are working on that. 313 is happening like as we speak. Like it's kind of we're very slowly rolling towards split spacebar like 3U, 1U, 3U. Like we're slowly going towards that. Accent enter and spacebar. Interesting choice. I almost never use accent spacebar to be honest, but I'll do it this time. What is Olivia without accent spacebar? I mean, I don't know. Okay, and let's see. Pretty sure I had some of the keys here. Let's put R1 delete here. Maybe should we use an artisan there? Artisan? This is confusing. Maybe I'll put R1 delete here. Maybe put an artisan on these two corners. We'll do regular arrows. Alright. What is Olivia without? Okay. Symmetrical 3U on type K mini pog indeed. And then we should do home through end. So we have end here. Then home. Is this the right profile? I think it is. I'm just gonna double check though. Okay, alright, cool. Home, page up, page down, and end. There we go. It's very nice. Very nice, Sue. Okay. Oh, I need to get some artisans to match this, eh? We can maybe do, there's a few here that I have. So, I have my Tiny Mix Things collection here that we can use. There's an Olivia Tux if you like it. There's also an Olivia Yeti if you like it. Only those two match really. The other ones don't really do match. Take it out. Yeah, I know you're a acclaimed artisan. Do I get to pick now? Yes, you do. So I'm gonna bring some out. I'll be working on that. You can choose as you go. I'll bring a few. Let's see. Pink Corby would look good too. Yeah, pink Corby would look good. So let's see. I have that. I have a not very close match, but Mocha. I have Bliss, Lola, and Ama. And I think I have a Olivia Popsy Skull. These are all my Olivia matching artisans, I think. Because I really do like GMK Olivia, so I got a good bunch of them. Alright. Those are the choices we have for today. Either the red panda or the one under it. Change your username to Mr. Artisans. I think that's I don't think I have to change my username for that. It's up to Yura though. Yura's choosing this. Fit the entire nav cluster with artisans. Okay, red panda's one. What's the second one today? Yura has all the power today. I mean, she did the thing. And went under it. Okay. Is that good? How many artisans total would you estimate you have? That's an undisclosed number, my friends. Too many to feel embarrassed about. Which speaks to my terrible self-management skills. It's okay though. I have decent self-control, and at least I have not been. I don't put myself in debt or anything like that, so that's okay. But a lot, many, somewhere between 2 and a lot. Yeah. He only eats ramen to 40 artisans. Gotta get the good deals, you know? Alright, so I was testing this a bit earlier with the new mic. So I'm gonna have to play around with this a bit. So excuse me if you notice a bit of like noise and stuff. Actually, I might mute myself to do that. No, actually, it's fine. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to maybe play around a bit with this. So maybe like here. Unfortunately, I know it's not centered and all, but I know it bothers y'all, huh? Well, it bothers me at least. No, wait, I'm an idiotic person. I'm in the best man when the mic can't be too much further away. So we'll have to start from here. It's like directly up. I know the music's on. I know. Still, just adjusting the position first. I know. Alright. Is that good?
Is that good? Is that good? Okay. So, typing test. And
Okay.
here we go. We have Gat Milky Yellows on a aluminum plate with GMK Olivia. We have plate foam, but no case foam.
The space bar is really. Oh.
The space bar is really nice.
Mr. Pedroff. Okay. I'm gonna do this typing test again, but without my headphone, without my earphones on. I want to listen to it again. So let's try it again. It sounds nice. Let's listen to the mods. Let's listen to the mods for a sec. let's see if people have any. So, do people have any thoughts? This mic is so good for typing tests. I mean, it is a very neutral mic. This mic is supposed to be for instruments, so that's probably why. It is a very neutral mic. Okay, so what do people think? Let's see, I'm gonna turn on the music, but actually turn it down slightly. I'll share my thoughts in just a second. Sounds okay. I just personally don't like how the board looks. That's fair. That's a very... It definitely has a very polarizing look to it. Or rather, it's just very specific look that it's... You might like it or you might just not like it. So, makes sense. I am Melvin. Thank you so much for the tier 1 Prime Gaming sub. Do you think this is worth the asking price? So, my thoughts? What mic? This is a Shure SM57. Shure SM57. I have the box around here, but yeah. So my thoughts. Overall, the sound is really good. I'm pretty satisfied with the sound, first of all. Just like overall, don't really think the sound is anything I would be... I have no issues with the sound. It sounds good. It doesn't sound hollow. Like, I mean, it has a play foam on. I imagine if I had not used the play foam, it might have been... It might have been actually a bit hollow sounding. I did speak with DKS about this, and he kind of warned me about it. He was like, "Oh, if you don't use a plate foam and no case foam, it might sound a bit hollow, because there is enough room in the space. I mean, there is enough room in the case, and it could lead towards that, especially because there's no weight, there's nothing else to kind of like dampen a bit of that sound, and so it's just a aluminum box, right? So that's pretty much all that it is. It just happens to have these stainless steel legs to prop it up, but it really is just an aluminum box, right? Overall, though, it sounds really good. I would say that if you used either the case foam or the plate foam, it would probably benefit from it. You could use both if you wanted to make a more like full, kind of like a more flatter sound to it. I actually like how it sounds right now, though. I like that it is not hollow, but it still has a bit of that roominess to it. Like the sound does have a little bit of room for it to bounce around in the case and then come forth in my direction. So overall, I like the sound of the modifier specifically. Like, for example, the enter key, the backspace key, the space bar, and like the long keys are pretty nice. I really like the sound of all of these longer modifier keys. It's pretty satisfying. This lube seems to be working really well, first of all. I'll have to comment on that. The lube is working well. I really don't hear any rattle, like at least nothing that's any worse than using 205, but at least I'm more confident in that the application of this BDZ lube at least will stay there for longer. So if I had to reapply, it won't happen at least for a longer time. So I personally am satisfied with the lube performance, which is good. And I'm also satisfied with the way it sounds on the modifiers, which is good. It doesn't seem sluggish. The action is not sluggish at all. And it works as intended, which is good. How's the box? Jinte, it's pretty good. So I'm commenting on this. Overall, the look is definitely a bit of a polarizing, interesting look to it. The design is definitely has an appeal to some people, but not for others. It can be very pretty to some and not for others, because of the way these legs sort of intersect each other and whatnot. I understand. So aesthetically, I think you need to decide on that. And someone asked me, do you think it's worth the price? Personally, if I had to pay $550 for the kit, I kind of feel like the price is a bit high, relative to what it is. However, I do understand that the polishing, basically anything that involves a lot of manual labor, such as polishing these pieces, is likely going to be much more spendy, which is something I understand, at least from a labor, like making perspective. Anything that involves manual work is just costlier. That's just a fact. But in and of itself, the case is very simple, relatively simple. There are some little like nooks that like kind of like make it a little bit more special. Like there's all these grooves, a lot of things to cut out when making this case. So I understand how it could be a little bit pricier, and also like the cost of aluminum and overall, like because of tariffs between US and China, like keyboards are getting more expensive naturally. Like they're just going to be, maybe they might become more expensive, they might become cheaper even if those tariffs kind of go back down, but we don't know that. But right now the reality is that between, let's say, 2019 and 2021, keyboards have overall gotten about 20 to 25% more expensive because the laws and because just like overall manufacturing costs have gone up. So it's like a price I could probably justify if I knew that I would be getting this. Like if I know exactly that I'm getting this, I would be okay with paying that $550, just because I know already what I will be getting. Okay. But if I had gone in blind, let's say I just didn't know at all anything about this keyboard, and I was like debating, okay, do I get this box 95, $550, has these accents or whatever, I personally would be hesitant, because first of all, the look is not all for me. Like this is actually not a look that personally I'm like a huge fan of. I do like some parts of it, like for example, I like the way the bezels were proportioned, like here, like the ratio between these bezel thicknesses is kind of neat. I think I like the thicker like bottom and top part versus the slightly thinner, slightly narrower sides. I like this polished look to the accents. I think that's pretty cool. I kind of do think that blacked out look for this would be also very nice for those who want to go for a stealthier look. I think that is much appropriate. Actually, like a white and the black PVD would also look very nice. So overall, I'm okay with the design overall. Like overall, the design has been like the way this design was done and the way it performs and the way it assembles together doesn't really have any glaring issues. One thing that, for example, I was concerned about, but other people have also given this same feedback, is that there's a screw hole here that's very close to the corner of this aero cluster. And so, like, if you're using a thicker screwdriver, you could maybe strip a little bit of the anodizing, which is if you're careless. But if you're not, like, if you're careful with stuff in general, you will be fine. There's going to be no issues. Also, this feedback has already been passed along, so it's something that in the production units is likely not going to happen. Like, it's probably going to be adjusted slightly. To answer the question that I think Mr. Kimchi Jody Boy had, is this prototype the second prototype basically out of the two different prototype runs that were done? Yes, this is the second prototype run. This is one of the units from the second prototype run. So this is very close to what the production unit will be like. This particular prototype unit is very close to what the production unit will be like. There will be very, very minor adjustments, but basically they're going to be quality of life improvements, essentially. Very, very slight adjustments that will likely be done to the design, but at this point you could pretty much consider this design to be final, as should be expected from any group that has been running for a whole month, and also widely reviewed by a variety of streamers and content creators, right? So these are just my opinions about it, though. It's a neat design. I I have to be honest with you all. I was very skeptical of the design, to be honest. When Lynn, DK's Lynn Design Studio first approached me, I was very skeptical. I gave my feedback still, my honest feedback, because I thought that, you know, everyone deserves a chance to get the feedback that they are requesting and, you know, that they want to seek if they're like asking nicely and all that. And he was asking like very nicely and like it was all cordial and all that. So I just gave my own like, you know, opinion on like what I would like to see on a keyboard. I said, you know, not depending on foam is nice. Top mount works pretty well already, so why not go with top mount? The spacebar, like mounting position, maybe don't put any of the mounting points like in the middle of the spacebar, so that the spacebar can have a bit of that reverb / room for it to like sound good, basically, sound and feel good, right? Based on the mounting position, because the mounting position, these mounting points are basically points of stiffness, right? So the farther they are, the further away they are, the you know, the like softer is going to be at the center of the midpoint of those 2 points. So yeah, those are my thoughts overall. Pretty nice keyboard. $550, maybe worthwhile if you like the aesthetic. Is it for me? Not necessarily, but I still appreciate it. I like it a lot still. Like it's pretty neat. I think for a 75%, it kind of ticks a lot of the boxes, no pun intended. It has the separated F-row. A lot of people request that. A lot of people request the separated arrow cluster. A lot of people request a separated column. And then it has a different aesthetic, which is unique, I would say. I have to admit, this is a very unique aesthetic. Using these legs to prop up the back for the angling is actually pretty original. Certainly, like, I mean, it's essentially the same as using cone feet. Or some, like, you know, it's basically just not using the typical angle design that a lot of keyboards nowadays have gone for, like an angled bottom piece, which is sort of going back now. It's like we're kind of coming back full circle to like a lot of the style older keyboards were, like where they just adjusted the height by using feet or some sort of like additional part here that you attach at the back, which is basically what this is. But it works, all right? Either way, it works. And overall, I would say that I have no qualms with the way this was done, just because it actually works. Because I just tried it and it works. It doesn't seem to have like a weird hollow sound to it. The plate foam seems to help, which is good. I probably will just keep the plate foam in there. I don't think I'll bother desoldering and resoldering this again. Maybe try to remove the maybe the periods included in the link. I think that's what it is. The period is included in that link. Alana. Yeah, I think the way Stream Elements parses commands is actually really scuffed. I realized over time. It's like it's really finicky. But yeah, I think the period, I'll just remove the period, or I'll actually just separate it. Okay, I revised those commands now, I think. So yeah. But yeah, those are all my thoughts that I have. If y'all have any particular questions, you should ask them now before I end the stream. But in my opinion, very nice. I like the look of it now that it's here in front of me, built with the keycaps. Yeah. At this time, in February 2021, would I purchase this? Probably not, because I don't have the money to spend. That's a reality. Like, I would probably save for something else, honestly. Mostly because I already have other keyboards that I have. So if this were like my first keyboard, maybe I'll consider it, yeah. But if this weren't the case, then and because this is not the case, I would probably just pass on this. But that's just because of the way I already have other keyboards to use. So on a practical standpoint, I just wouldn't buy too many more, you know. Oh, do you weigh this? No, I have not weighed this. So I will weigh it now. Remind me. Okay, let me see. Just trying to read through some of the comments. Can't imagine that case foam would make it sound better, says Mr. Petrov. It's lovely, and to me, it sounds on the more subtle end. So case foam, I think, would kill any sound character. I actually do think I would agree with that. It will flatten out a lot of the sound that is happening inside the case. Yep, I answered the question from Kimchi Jody Boy. I'm usually not a big alu fan, but this sounds creamier than typical aluminum to me, which is great. I do think that the creamier sound does come from the switches. The Milky-top Gateron yellow switches does contribute to that creamier, fuller sound, which is good. So I do think these switches actually fit this case very well. So, which is it's like a nice pairing, which is good because these switches are also very cheap, easy to get. They're not hard to lube. You don't need films. Actually, I'm not using any films on these Gateron switches. So. Okay. Play foam without case foam is the move, comparing how your build sounds to the one Alex did with no foam. Oh, I see. So I actually would have to like A/B compare things to kind of really know, but I'll trust your judgment, Rob, because you probably watched Alex's stream. Is the machining tricky? It seems a lot of small specific machining to make sure everything fits together. Yes, Machamatsu. The machining could be tricky if the people who work with the parts are not very competent with small tolerances. So tolerances could be an issue, but I don't think they'll have an issue just because these prototypes have been done pretty well. I think they've kind of had enough room for error, and I think it's probably going to be okay, unless the only way this could go wrong is if these accent pieces are bent incorrectly. They're not bent 90 degrees. Meki Momo, welcome. 13 viewers, welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Gotta go now. Thanks for the IC review today. No problem. 10 peaches. Have a great day. Can you type on it real quick for me? Yeah, sure. I can do that. Let me weigh it and then I'll type on it one more time and then we'll go. So here is something new. I got a new like basically package scale, like weight scale for packages and other stuff. It's just bigger, basically has bigger capacity. Also, it's not tearing for some reason. Oh. Okay, there it is. Zeroed out, and just gonna move it this way a bit. And let's weigh it. So this weighs 1.332 kilograms, which is also 2 pounds and 15 ounces exactly. 2 pounds and 15 ounces. 2 pounds and 15 ounces, or 1.332 kilograms. Hey, what's poppin', Meki Momo? How are you doing? Anyway, that's the weight of the board. It's 1.3 kilograms, basically, or almost 3 pounds. Not bad for how thin it is, plus no weight. I agree. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, it does have a bit of a thickness to it, so maybe that's probably why. And there's the stainless steel, but they're pretty small pieces, so. And yeah, sure, I can type on it one more time. Here we go. Jinte, I hope you're there.
130. Very close guesses, guys. Very close guesses. Very good. Very nice. These are the mods one more time. That's it.
And that's all we got for that. Yep. So that's all we got for the typing. I'll do a close-up maybe. Let me move this away maybe. Sounds pretty nice. It does. It does. Okay. I don't like how dirty this looks. Max, Mr. Max. Hello, keyboard enthusiasts. Welcome from the raid. Welcome, welcome. Type faster. So many raids. That's because I've been streaming for so long. But yeah. But anyway, this is the look of this keyboard. Very cute. Very ooh. Welcome, Max. How are you doing? How's your stream? Very cool. Very cool. This is a side look of this one. Nice gaff and matte. Thank you. Thank you. Trinola. But yeah, this is a side. The back. The USB port fitment is pretty cool on this board. And then there's the bottom. It's a bit dirty, but you can see. Finished up nice. Yeah, I'm late, so I'm watching the VOD. I see. Yeah, we're on the last part. And thanks for the tier 1 sub, Max. Thank you so much. I hope they do a similar design in TKL. I'd be all over that. Ooh, that would be interesting actually to see the way the legs extend all the way. It would be a lot wider. So black looks better. The white one looks like a coffee table to me. I could see that, Nate. I could see that. Needs a wrist rest? I don't know. It seems too flat. A wrist rest. A wrist rest? I don't know. It's 7 degrees. 7-degree angle doesn't seem too bad to me. Like, I mean, of course, my arms are not perfectly straight, but yeah, you get the idea. This is not that flat. But front height seems really high. Oh yeah, I guess the front height does seem a bit high. Actually, I'm kind of curious. I have a kitty ruler here. Front height is, well, front height technically I shouldn't measure it this way. I should measure it like this way, but I'll assume it's like a few millimeters off. But so maybe considering it's slightly longer on this end, it's like 19 millimeters this way thick. So I'm assuming based on geometry, this is probably like actually, yeah, it's like 2 centimeters off the ground, probably. Like 2 centimeters off the ground, probably. Ish. More or less. So yeah, slightly tall, but not too bad, to be honest. Yeah. Coffee table 75 actually P-lit? Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting, dude. It sounds really nice, the space bars. The space bar sounds good. It's real tough to get lower front height with this type of assembly. Yeah, I do agree with that, yeah. I mean, so this design, they try to do a little bit of that taper here with the leg. But, I mean, even then, it's still just a box as a whole. So yeah, you would have to do a chisel cut on here, as you said. If you wanted to do front height lower, you would have to cut it like this way or this way. Yeah. What really matters is how high the bottom row spacebar stems are. So the these caps might not be fully. There we go. But yeah, this is the way it looks from the front. So the caps are actually all the way in nicely. So I do like how it looks like this. But yeah, overall a pretty neat look. I do like how it looks. It's very interesting. Keep extending the front till it touches the 0mm front height. That's very 5-head right there. That's a big brain move. Just make it all. Let's just make it a nice slope all the way to the ground. Taco game, hello. I appreciate that someone's going out of the box, no pun intended, right? In a non-gaudy way. Sorry, just being a dad, though I'm not. But yeah, you can just keep extending front ledge. Yeet. I intend all puns. I had to come back to see a final product. Oh, welcome back, Obsidian. You missed a typing test, I think, but if you'd like to check it out, this is the way it looks. Very nice with Olivia plus dark. The way it looks on this side. Pretty neat, not gonna lie. I think it's nice and interesting design for sure. I can't say like, oh man, I fell in love with it at first sight, but it's interesting nonetheless. Don't let him box you in, Diego. Oh, Max. Oh, Max. Stab the death mat, the keyboard. It's actually not that bad. This is actually not sharp. It's actually not that sharp. The edges are actually slightly chamfered. It's like slightly softened. So yeah, these edges are actually not as sharp as you think. Gotta clean that white stain on your desk mat. Oh. That was from the XHT-BDZ lube. I accidentally put a Kim wipe on here and it went through it. But yeah, I'll clean that up. I'll probably just put it in the wash the next time I go. Sure. There are a few tray mount 60s with built-in wedged wrist rests that basically go down to 0 front height. Sure, lube. Yeet. Anyway. Forget the name of the 1001 Anthony used all the time. Tray mount 60s. FMJ? No. Wrist rest? Built-in wedge wrist rests? Can't think of anything right now. I'm sure I'll know if the name's mentioned somewhere, but yeah, I don't remember. It's just a wedge-shaped wood 60. If this keyboard had a favorite sport, it'd be boxing. Yeah. My man. Oh, goodness. Jeez. Alright. Let's, I'm pretty much done today. I guess y'all missed a bunch of the, I did like a handful of typing tests, but I guess y'all missed out. Sold on drop. Huh. Okay. Let's see who's streaming. Rocklina, Mech Merlin, Keeb Worm, never seen them before. Hayashi underscore, seen them maybe like a couple times. I remember. Was that the guy who did the shoe thing? That's kind of nasty, but it was fun. Fun to watch. If you want the deepest sounding spacebar, just hang the front half of your keyboard off the like this. Wait, what? What shoe thing? It's like shoeing or shoe something. It's like you're kind of like, it's like you're drinking from a shoe or something. Oh God, I don't even know what it was. It was nasty. It was not good, not pretty, not nice. I don't know. I thought it was really bleh. Anyway, so I think we'll just well, how long has it been since they've been streaming? Actually, I don't even know. I'm just gonna check how long they've been streaming. If they're on their way out, I don't wanna raid them. Come on. Oh, she's just started. Okay, she just started. Yeah, we can raid Rocklina today. Haven't raided her before, I think. Y'all have any other suggestions? I don't think so. So we'll just go with that. Let's have a raid message. What raid message should we do? Oh, let me see. She's doing build prep. Bye, Yura. Thank you so much for coming by. Tank Clueless, thank you so much. Thank you. Rob, thank you. Before you go, Diego, can you box this one up for me? Jesus Christ, I'm gonna throw a very heavy box at you. Alright. Oh, Max. Let's see. Let's just raid and say... Keyboards rock my world. Lena. No, that's so corny. Oh God, no, that's so corny. We'll still do it. Because I'm not gonna coward. I'm not gonna be a coward. I already said it. I'm just gonna do it. Let's just do it that way. Hey, let's go. Rock the board. There it is. All right, well, thank you everybody for stopping by. Thank you so much for staying for all these long hours for the stream. And thank you so much for being patient with me. And I'll catch you guys next time. I do have a bunch of builds coming up. So, yep, you'll probably see me streaming a bit more often, I hope. So yeah, I'll catch you guys later. See you guys all. Bye-bye.